Is this live? Are we live? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to PodAwful, the program. You're being reprogrammed. We're having on Milo Yiannopoulos tonight. Sorry, I was real thirsty. We're having on Milo Yiannopoulos tonight. And if you missed yesterday's show, we went over the now deleted, completely deleted from YouTube, Milo Alex Stein interview. Alex has hidden this thing. He's running scared. And Milo re-uploaded the entire episode to Twitter today. I guess he noticed as well as I did that that Alex has hidden it. So he re-uploaded the whole thing. If you missed yesterday's episode, just here's a quick refresher of how it went for Alex.
20,000 views last night. I mean, I get more views than that farting on Twitter.
Well, our YouTube page has some issues, but our clips are going very viral.
Because there was an unfortunate incident, wasn't there, with taking over Elijah Schaffer. I mean,
that was a bad
of all the people to want to follow in the footsteps of Elijah Schaffer. I mean, good lord.
That was the wrong move.
Who has ever wanted to inherit anything from Elijah Schaffer except maybe the HPV virus?
Okay, so we'll be inheriting the HPV virus tonight when we get Milo on. I got to ask him about Alex Stein. I got to ask him about Elijah Schaffer. Is it Schaffer? I like that he doesn't even give a shit if that's the guy's fucking name. He is now in a fight with Ethan Ralph and a fight with Dick Masterson. You know, today, either today or yesterday or tomorrow, I'm not sure what it is. You know, yesterday we announced on the show that Milo is coming on. And I said either tomorrow or the next day, Milo is also supposed to go on Dick Masterson's show. Well, oops, wouldn't you know it, Dick canceled everything. Now, he tried to make it sound like it was because he didn't want Ethan Ralph around his pregnant wife, which I would believe if anyone said it other than Dick Masterson. Number one, because Dick Masterson obviously doesn't actually want to have kids. He's probably hoping there's some way to miscarry that baby. But number two, because I know that Dick Masterson is running scared from me, Jesse, from PodAwful.
PodAwful one. PodAwful one.
Why wouldn't he be? This is one of the worst fucking combinations that could ever happen in internet history. PodAwful, Milo Yiannopoulos, and it's fucking happening tonight. Let's go.
See this? Free 99, YouTube. I know you like this.
Actually, I probably shouldn't say bum if we're having Milo on. You know, he's sober from butt. So we are having Milo on in just a bit. Welcome, everybody. This is PodAwful. I'm your host, Jesse PS. We are live over at podawful.tv, where we've been live every day this week. We got a live chat room. You can see it right here. Let's see what they're saying. Love this song. The internet is about to get a whole lot more dangerous, they say. Recovering Bussy Holic. Best intro in the game. Thank you, everybody. So here's the deal. Somebody in the chat, I saw this. Somebody was like, well, Dick's house is on fire. You know, we were talking yesterday about the fact that California is on fire. And of course, California is on fire because they are surrounded by water. So who knew? This is a brand new. I'm trying to still work out the math on this. I still have people tweeting at me, leaving comments, messages saying, well, you know, Jesse, the salt They keep mentioning the salt and the water and how it's bad. They go, the salt is bad for the land. Because if you use the salt water to put out the fires, then you can never grow a crop again. Oh, yeah. So worried about all the crops from Cal. Oh, no, we can't have almond milk anymore. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure you probably need to have, all the other stuff beyond the land in order for the farming part to make any sense. Like if it, all right, let's say that the soil is not ruined, right? Maybe it's even made richer by the fire. What's going to be really hard to grow your crops with is all the fire fucking, if the crop is on fire, you're probably not getting anywhere with it. So anyway, Dick's house is not on fire. That's not the excuse. That doesn't work because Dick, I believe, is going live right now on his own channel. Hang on a second. Let's actually check in with that real quick. YouTube.com. And let's go to, what is it? Biggest Problem. I think Biggest Problem is live. Now, I mentioned Ethan Ralph at the top of the show. Ethan Ralph, Dick Masterson, Vito, they're all having this gigantic falling out with each other right now. As we speak, it's getting crazy. And Milo literally made Ethan, for the first time ever, snake on Dick, which is kind of incredible. Oh, yeah, see, we're 2 minutes away from the biggest problem in the universe starting. So I guess, I don't know if Ethan was supposed to be on the biggest problem right now. I don't know how Milo was supposed to be involved. I'm not sure what the fucking deal is with any of this stuff. We'll ask Milo about it and figure it all out. But Milo's entire timeline, he's an interesting guy. Every day is a new, horrifying, dramatic problem. And I know, Milo is an ex-gay guy, but you wouldn't know it from looking at the amount of fights he's in every single. It's one of the most over-dramatic, queenie sort of things you've ever seen. Every single day he's getting into a fight with a new guy. You got Alex Stein, which I love. You got Dick Masterson. I love it. You got Ethan Ralph. Holy shit. Ethan Ralph at the absolute lowest, the worst he's ever been. I think it's safe to say. People were asking me after the show yesterday too, did you really like Ethan? Did you really hate And I've always been very clear about this with Ethan Ralph. Ethan he used to be one of the most entertaining characters, these internet characters, there's ever been. And then he hosted PodAwful, and PodAwful made it worse. I don't know what happened, but one day Ethan Ralph no longer knew how to do a fucking show whatsoever. It's the PodAwful curse. I don't know what's going on. I just know I'm happy to be here. People are saying H2BH in the chat right now. Jesse and Milo are kind of the perfect duo. Don't start shipping us or anything. I also got to ask Milo about Pariah the doll. He's spending a lot of time with Pariah the doll, who I don't know if we're supposed to now just call, Pariah the doll. It was a trans, right? It was a model. And one of those that was like, kind of past. Like, there's probably a lot of people who thought that was like actually a lady and fell for her. And then now he is detransitioning back into a guy. And the way you do that is you shave your head. That's all it takes. And so now I'm not really sure if it count. Like, I think they're living together. I don't know if they're trying to do this ex-gay thing with each other. And I don't know if we're supposed to call them Pariah the doll anymore or just, John or whatever. I don't know what their name is. But it's what a very odd and fascinating bunch all of these people are. So Milo will be on in just a bit. Ethan gave up a long time ago. They said, that's a dude? Someone in the chat room says. Uh-oh. Yeah, a few people were fooled. Another guy that we got to talk about with Milo is Nick Fuentes. I really want to get his opinion on, and let me know in the chat, by the way. We'll take questions from the chat as well. If you got anything you want to ask Milo. By the way, we're live right now. I'm in the Discord, podawful.com/Discord. If you want to call in, join our call-in channel, podawful.com/cult. and you can call in. I do want to ask him about Nick Fuentes and the entire, what are his theories on the gunman? I can't get over this gunman thing. I really didn't want to get this involved in the Nick Fuentes lore, the Nick Fuentes, the politics of it all and everything. I know I'm not helping myself by bringing on Milo. Actually, hang on a second. Let me look this up real quick. What was this thing called? I think it's called this. I got to ask him about this. This is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my entire life. But I want to ask him about, Nick Fuentes was in a group chat with the trans person Pariah the Doll and also a bunch of other trans people. I got to get the inside scoop on all this stuff. We got to find out what was going on there. And then I really, really got to find out. I really, really got to find out about this right here. I would imagine for Milo, he's had some embarrassing moments, and most of it, I'm sure, he's the type of guy where he's so used to it. He's such a troll that all this stuff kind of rolls off his back. It's no big deal to him. I kind of wonder what are moments that he finds embarrassing. Is it kissing Gavin McInnes on the mouth? Is the most embarrassing thing in his career, everybody dumping him and, accusing him of being a pedophile and all this stuff. I mean, that would have to be pretty shocking. But I would imagine that probably the most embarrassing thing of his career is this right here. This is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, all right, I got to be honest with you. I'm not a gamer. I don't know nothing about Gamergate. It's the two things I hate the most, gaming and politics. But this right here is called Mount Gamergate. And it's like a meme or like a political cartoon. And it's got this little girl sitting there and she goes, "Who are these guys, Dad?" And there's this big carving in the background on a mountain. And the dad says, "That's Sargon." I'm sorry. Oh my God. Literally just saying Sargon is so wild. What year is it? 2025. This image was made 9 years ago. Ooh. Only 90s kids remember.
Where are they now?
Oh my God, Lenny. That's Sargon, Milo, and Adam. I don't know who Adam is. He's like
I don't either.
One of the biggest heads on Mount Gamergate. No clue. The internet aristocrat. And
AKA Medicare.
Yeah, that's Mr. Medicare, right? And Ralph, honey. And then I was looking at this and I'm like, is the dead skull man Ethan Ralph? Did he used to be known as one of the Earth's skullmen? And apparently I literally had to Google this. I had to look it up. I'm such a dweeb. But yes, this is like his old look. People used to not know what Ethan Ralph looked like, I guess. He was like a hidden internet cartoon man. And so imagine if they knew. Imagine if they had he would never have made it on the mountain if they had any idea. And they'd be updating. They'd be chiseling the mountain every year, adding new folds and tits onto him. How do you even give a mountain a black eye? Imagine that year. Holy shit. So, yeah, the dad is like, here's all our favorite guys, which I also love the fact that, the real Mount Rushmore's only got 4 guys on it, but they're like, Sargon's too important. we gotta get Sargon on there. How funny too is it like that 3 of the guys out of the 5 are cartoon avatars? Anyway, this has got to be Milo's most embarrassing moment ever because look at this fucking depiction of him. And then the guy says, 5 great men who helped save Western civilization. Guys, we did it.
Beautiful paper. Beautiful.
The day is finally safe thanks to Ethan Ralph and friends. And it is because now we can play Call of Duty and, be a terrorist, and the games where a lady's butt isn't fully visible, they don't make any money. So Western civilization is saved. Anyway, come on over, all of India. Help us save Western civilization. One Indian at a time. I stare at this image. The first time I ever saw this, because again, I'm not in on any of this. Have you ever seen this before, Lenny?
Yes.
Scott, you seen this before?
I haven't seen it before, but I have perused the Gamergate subreddits and stuff like that, so I've seen similar sort of stuff.
I saw this for the first time like 2 years ago. And for me, this is like JFK being shot or 9/11. I remember where I was that day when it finally dawned on me that this is like a real thing. Like I'd heard, Gamergate and blah, blah, blah. I probably even talked about Gamergate on the show a little, but I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know who any of these guys were except maybe Sargon. Oh, and Milo. I would have known who Milo was.
We're already on the second Gamergate. We're probably raring up for 3 right now.
Yeah, I should get into gaming just for that. So I can get added to the Mount Rushmore. I can be one of Ethan Ralph's tits at the bottom, just hanging there like a Kawatu on his fucking chest. But anyway, I stared at this, dying laughing, and every once in a while, I just come back and revisit this image. And as with each passing year, this becomes funnier and funnier and funnier. And
who is that Adam guy?
I have no fucking clue. Does the chat know? Chat, who is Adam? Chat. Hey, chat. Who is Adam? Does anybody know? Would we know who that is, even if you said it? Might not mean anything. There's a little bit of a delay. We'll see.
Adam Baldwin?
Is that right? This is wild. Someone said, isn't it? This is like one of the most fucked up things ever. And Milo, because he kind of fell off for a while, he got fucking pushed out of everything, and then he just...
Talk about falling off. Adam fell off, man.
Well, nobody fell off fucking hard. We really got to remove him from the fucking mountain at this point. Milo kind of fell off for a little bit there, and so there was a time where you would look at this and go like, and Sargon too. Nobody talked about Sargon forever. So like, literally, the only relevant people on this mountain for years were these two: the old bewigged man and the evil skull. Which that you're not on the good side, by the way, when you're carving evil skulls wearing crowns into mountains. Like, that's a classic rule of all of society. Every cartoon ever. There's never a good guy who lives inside the Skull Mountain. That's where you go to find a dinosaur to fight a monkey. So, anyway, this thing is just incredible to me. Yeah. I hope to God, if I was Milo, I'd sue. I would see this and go, I'm sorry, you cannot use my likeness. Not that they did, by the way. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. This bizarre tube head they've created. This is probably why Milo, switched up his whole look after he was like, this is what people think I fucking look like. Anyway, so we're going to get him on in just a bit here. So here's what happened. We were supposed to start a little earlier. And I know people are like, oh, is this even, like, whenever I announce a guest on the show, people are like, is this even real? Is he going to be here? Are you just dragging this out and it's a troll? I promise you, I was literally on the phone with him. I texted with him. What happened was we were supposed to start earlier, but Milo is famous. Okay? And I tried to warn everybody, we can't guarantee anything with this. And here's what actually, famous people do. They just double book everything. And then on top of that, now, again, if Milo says he's straight, I believe him. But, it's kind of hard to shake old habits. Now, I'm not saying, this old habit, this shaking old habit. I'm saying once a flighty gay guy, that certain immutable traits exist. And so there is a part of me that thinks like, he kind of spaced and then he double booked. And so he gave me the option. He said we could either start on time, but I would have to leave a little earlier because I've now got this other thing. But the other thing isn't going to take a lot of time. So if we start late, if we push, and I told him, I'll start the show early. We'll just bring you in when you can come in. And he said that he can hang out for plenty of time after that. We're going to get his opinions on all the guys. Lenny, you, I know, had a question specifically you want me to ask Milo when he's on.
I did.
What was it? Because I've already forgotten entirely.
Well, I've got a friend, and maybe you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to name names.
Okay,
but,
I'll ask on your behalf. I'll ask about your friend. What's going on?
He's struggling with substance abuse and homosexuality.
Right.
And he has been for a while. The homosexuality is a more recent thing. Mm-hmm. But I was wondering, in the interest of trying to get him on the straight and narrow, what would Milo recommend tackling first?
Okay.
The homosexuality or the drug abuse? Well,
listen, let me tell it to you like this. Another person maybe we should talk to Milo about is Laura Loomer. He's sort of locking horns. He's sort of in an eternal struggle with Laura Loomer. And, I wish I had this ready to go, but he actually got a chance to confront Laura. They went head to head, and Laura is an insane person. And Milo has a certain, his reputation precedes him. And you would assume he's going to act a certain way. And I would say in this video that I saw of them going head to head in person, Milo kind of took the high road. I think he realized just how insane the person in front of him was, and he just kind of let her go. And a lot of people took that to mean she won the argument, but you can kind of tell on his face, he's like, wow, this bitch is psycho. And over again, she just kept accusing him of being a drug addict. Okay. And it was very contentious, and a lot of the comments, a lot of chatter, a lot of people chirping on this one saying she got you with that. You didn't say anything back to that because you're a drug addict, Milo. So just to be clear, what you want me to do right now is I have one of the big gets of the show, and you want me to say to him, which is worse, being gay or being a drug addict? Two things he denies being.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to write that one down, and we're going to ask him about that. Scott, you got any fucking brain teasers you want me to ask? The Mount Rushmore of Gamergate?
Yeah, I just want to know how many cherries he can put in his mouth.
Okay, guys, you can call in podawful.com/cult if you'd like to call in. Join the call-in channel.
Is this a cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's a cult. I mean, it's the cult of cults.
I want to be clear. So, HC Frick in the chat says, going to be disappointed if Milo shows up and we don't get to see Ryan Katsu Rivera doing a Milo impression. This is not a troll. Milo is actually scheduled. I have his phone number now. All right. He's actually scheduled to come on. He is coming on. We're just chilling out, waiting for him. Think of this as like that the moment on the kill. When Ethan Ralph, you ever watch a kill stream and he's like, I got the biggest guest in the world is coming on, and it's just Richard Spencer for the 5 millionth time. He's gonna just lisp while telling you about his favorite kind of hamburger, and so you go, okay, well I'll look at Richard Spencer on your show, Ralph. That's something. At least that's something. And then you tune in. And then for the first 3 hours of the kill stream, there's no Richard Spencer. And Ethan is just sitting there watching the news while wearing sunglasses. But you're pretty sure, you can't see through the sunglasses, but you're pretty sure he is in fact actually not watching the news and is in reality asleep. You know that? We're in that right now. Okay? We're just at the whims of Milo. I figured I'd just start on time instead of waiting around. I didn't want to keep everybody waiting around going, well, when's the show going to start? So Oh, God. This is bad, though. I think everybody just assumed I was lying just then and that he's not showing up because, like, 100 people just tuned out. Fuck! Okay.
Yeah, how many people think this is going to be AI?
It's so
You put it in
fucked
their
up.
head then.
I know. Well, because they're already saying it in chat, though. It's so fucked up. The AI thing,
boy
all
that
this.
cried wolf.
It's impossible to get people to understand like what's real and what's not now. Listen, you just got to be fucking savvy. I can't be sitting around explaining. Like, okay, here's the answer to your question: which is funnier, that they show up or that they don't? Then you've got your answer. Okay. Yes, sometimes we do fake it. What's funnier in this instance? Milo on the show for real for the first time after I do a whole episode about Milo versus Alex Stein. Milo right now is enemies with 4 of our biggest goons. Okay? Which is funnier? Milo showing up or Milo not showing up? There's your answer. So I'll put a poll in the chat. Is Milo actually showing up is the question. Our first answer is yes, I believe. Our second one, YouTube is so, I don't know what it is. The live page for YouTube for me is like so slow. It's so Indian coded. And by that, I mean, just to be clear, by Indian coded, I mean that, it seems like it makes really good food. So, yes, I believe is answer number 1. No effing way is answer number 2. He was gonna, but he will flake is answer number 3. That is still an option. If he flakes, it's not me lying. I have to be clear about that. It's him being, it's not like on me. If like, what we're going for here, what's going to happen. So, all right, let me remove that. And then, oh my God, YouTube, Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to unpin this message. All right, here we go. Let's see what they're saying. They're already voting. Let's get those votes in now. People are voting. Oh, a lot of people believe. Okay, we got a lot of believers. We got a lot of and 100 people just tuned back into the show.
I'm holding my OG I'm with the patriarchy Milo shirt right now, and I believe.
Yeah, you said you have a Milo t-shirt before the show, Lenny, and you found it, and this is, I'm quoting you found it deep in the closet.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Something to think about there. Well, guys, clap your hands and maybe Milo will show up. No, in all fairness, Milo told me, Vamp, it's going to be a minute. Okay? It's going to be a minute. He's going to get on ASAP, and he promised we've got him for as long as we need him the second he's ready. All right?
I like that.
Well, okay, so I wanted to, this is another thing I got to remember to ask you. I'm going to forget all of my questions. I don't write anything down. I don't prepare. I don't know what I'm doing. I have all these questions, and I know once I'm in the moment, he's just going to start talking, and I'm going to forget everything. I'm just going to let him steamroll. My wife asked me today, well, what happens if you have Milo on the show, and he starts making fun of you like he did to Alex Stein? And I went, that's awesome. I'll just let him. that's like a badge of honor. That's like incredible. And also, like, it's not exactly hard to hit back on Milo. I think he can take. Oh, he's messaging me. I got to ask him about his logo. Do you remember his old logo here?
What about if rather than hit you, he hits on you? He starts coming onto you.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, he's ready. He's ready to go. I'm going to call Milo. Guys, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Milo. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's go. Calling Milo Yiannopoulos. See if we get him here. It's ringing. You have to believe me because Discord doesn't make a sound. He says now. All right. He's typing. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, at Nero on Twitter. Milo Yiannopoulos. If you don't know Milo, he's part of the Mount Rushmore of Gamergate. And also one of the internet's funniest characters, truly.
Hello.
Hey, Milo.
Oh, well, I can't believe you made me download Discord, which is exclusively for trannies and pedophiles.
Listen.
Of course, I'm repeating myself. Which are you?
Well,
you're using a logo, a very old logo. This is a logo. This is many iterations old. You didn't ask me beforehand. You should have asked me my current branding. This is a very old logo. This, it was pointed out to me afterwards. I think I was sabotaged.
It's a guy bending over, getting fucked in the ass.
Yes, it is, but I didn't know.
Yes, thank you.
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Thank you.
I saw it very, very much afterwards. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know.
All right, number one, you might have noticed, but I'm a little into aesthetics, and I was actually going to message you and say, is there like a certain photo, you want?
How would your viewers know from your set that you're into aesthetics?
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to ask, like, is there a certain photo you want? Because I get it. You're going to.
But you didn't.
I didn't do it, but I don't have this up because of.
Did you do it? Did you do it because? Did you not ask me because I bailed on you last time?
No, I didn't ask you. Well, all right, here's the thing. You were overly apologetic. I don't think you bailed on me at all. I barely even asked you.
I think technically I ghosted you. Technically.
A little bit, but you were very kind about the. I had nothing but praise for you yesterday on the show.
I wasn't overly apologetic. I was merely British, merely English about it. So it was nice of you to say that.
That might be enough, to be honest. But no, I only brought this up. I brought this up because when you first came out with this logo,
it looks like a man bearing his bottom like a baboon. I see it now.
Okay.
I see it now.
See,
I think
I thought
I'm a victim. Really, I'm a victim of it. I'm a victim of a malicious designer.
I thought that was like on brand for I just assumed you did it.
Listen, if it had been on purpose, don't you think I would have pointed it out to people?
I thought you were being sneaky and coy or something about it.
Girl, I'm not that subtle. No, listen. If it was somebody offering up their bottom to all comers, I wouldn't. But literally, I would. Sorry, family show. I wouldn't have been able to resist but pointing this out every time I'd ever given a speech. No, I just didn't really pay that much attention. I said, yeah, that looks like my name. That's fine. I was busy. There was a lot going on. It was 2016. So I see now that it is a man he's on his hands and knees, isn't he? Let's be honest. Yeah. He's on his hands and knees. His head is bowed presumably because he's in pain. And he's offering himself to passers-by.
See, I always see it like this is one leg, and then this is like his dick hanging down. And then
you don't need to explain it. We get it. We get it.
And then he's looking.
We get it. It couldn't be any more obvious now that I see it. Yeah.
But then you know what's crazy about it is like. I mean, at the time, you were so gay that I was like, well, is this like another butthole too? Or is it like his head is also a fucking hole?
Because it was sort of a fractal homosexuality. There's just sort of multiple. No. Unlike almost everything else I do, it was not intentional or on purpose at all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, by the way, I apologize to your viewers. I'm in a car on the way home from supper, and thank you for starting the show late and everything. And I'm sorry I was late, but I will appear on video in about 20 minutes when I get home.
See, guys, we got it all fucking worked out. People just assume I was joking and lying.
I'm so sorry that you've had the kind of career where your own viewers think you're a liar, and I can only express sympathy for you because mine do too.
Yeah. I think we're a little bit similar in that way. Actually, it's
people don't understand the whimsical. They don't understand whimsical people. They don't understand people who appreciate mirth and satire. People, the kind of person who would have a logo like that. People don't appreciate it. You see, I have often felt about you that you're one of those people like me who will only be appreciated after their death.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That really. Listen, I'm not on the Mount Rushmore of Gamergate.
No, but you can put that on the back of your book. I've often felt he's one of those people who will only be appreciated after death. Milo Yiannopoulos, you can have that. There you go.
I'll be clipping out the audio and putting that in like a bumper or something for the show.
I'm sure. This is. I mean, I gotta say, this was one of my proudest moments.
Really? I thought it was going to be like the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in your entire life.
What could be embarrassing about appearing with Ethan Ralph?
Exactly. Here's the. All right. So here's the thing. I've known who you were for like, the entirety of you being viral online, but I'm not a gamer.
Since I started popping off, bitch.
Yes, exactly. I'm not a gamer, and I don't know anything about Gamergate. Even to this day, I don't really know about it.
No, I mean, nor me, really. I would just shamelessly opportunistic from start to finish. No, I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding, of course. No, I like to think that I not only mainstreamed this movement into, that eventually blossomed into Trumpism, but also, in a way, invented grifting by not giving a flying fuck about video games.
I think you're right.
Being redeemed by the end of it in not necessarily playing any more video games, but appearing in 9 of them. So you'll find a torrent if you go online called Based Video Games, and among the video, am I allowed to use terrible language on your program?
We're on YouTube, but so.
Very well, then I won't name any of the video games that are in this pack, but many of them involve the N-word. But on one of the games is called Milo Tosser. Milo Tosser. And Milo Tosser, in this, just go if you're at home and you're feeling like committing a mild act of copyright infringement this evening, go onto your torrent search engine of choice and look for a based games collection or based video games, and you will find a number of games. Some of them have very I have to say, very offensive titles, which I will not repeat on a family show. But one of those games is Milo Tosser, and it's one of the 9 games that came out featuring or starring me between 2015 and sort of 2018-ish, after which nobody remembers who I am. But in 2016, this game, Milo, and it is a game, it's built on the... I think the Unreal Engine, so it's the familiar mechanics to anybody who plays video games. Right. But basically, you toss me off a roof in Iran, and you have to you have to hit the target on the floor and ensure that I don't bounce onto any jihadis. And the person who has made, and you obviously get bonus points for getting me in the middle of the target. And the person who's made this game clipped so many things I don't even remember saying, but they're obviously me. Just like hilarious phrases when you win or don't win the game. It's wonderful. It's brilliant. I should really just have told you to go and buy it, I suppose, now that I think about it. But I'm just telling you how I found it in this torrent. But I'm sure it's on Steam. But so I didn't finish it. I wouldn't say any more of a gamer, except for one thing I will tell you in a minute, which nobody will believe, and nobody ever does believe about me. But I did finish it in 9 video games, so I feel I earned my credentials. I mean, people play video games for 40 years for a little guest appearance. I'm in the expansion pack for Postal 2, Paradise Lost, where I play a coat check in the gay nightclub. But there's a special Milo mode. If you put a code in, every NPC in the game turns into me, and I recorded all the vocals for this video game. So it's like, "Don't kill me, darling," and you can just sort of take. It was very popular among feminists because you can take a chainsaw to every character in the game, and they're all me, and you're just sort of screaming in death and all that.
Is the code you put in up down up down up down up down up down up down for no reason?
The same thing you put in Photoshop to come up with that logo. So it was very good. It's very good. So there's only one exception to that, which is that subsequent to Gamergate, in the years that have passed since, I have racked up 10,000 hours in Counter-Strike, which puts me in like up. I mean, you don't play video games because you're not shocked and awed and excited and impressed by that. But 10,000 hours is a fucking long. Sorry. I mean, 10,000. Excuse my language. 10,000 hours is a long time. I don't have to play video games to know that, Milo. Well, all right, okay, but so 10,000 hours. That's what's that? That's the Black Swan guys, like how to become expert. Anyway, so I am one of the best Counter-Strike players in the country. that nobody knows about this, and I never let anybody know this, and nobody will ever know what my username is, because it is. There's so little about my life that's private, that's secret, that's just for me. Because I vomit every thought I have onto Twitter or Telegram, everywhere else, and anything anybody asks me in an interview, I'll just tell you. So there's so little in my life that's just for me, and one of those things is my identity in Counter-Strike, because I am one of the best players in the country.
Was Counter-Strike the one that Elon Musk said he was like one of the top ones in, or is that a different game?
I didn't know. I didn't notice, but I'm obviously the old Counter-Strike, so Global Offensive, and the terrorists win. That's my game.
Do you like playing as the terrorist? Hello? Oh, do you like playing?
We're going through a black spot.
Okay.
We're going through a black spot. I'm sorry. That's a telecommunications term. Let me. Sorry, I can't see you anymore. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
Oh, fine. Yes, no, I think we're right. I'm going through a black spot in Los Angeles, which is not what it sounds like. It's a period of it's an area of telecommunications problems.
I thought it was from a fire.
No, I've been very lucky. So I live in the safest house in Los Angeles. I live in the Garber House, which is a 1920 concrete and travertine marble mansion built by Frank Garber, who was afraid of fire. So it's on an artificial mountain, well, at least a large hill, and it is a house that is entirely flood, earthquake, and fireproof. So I'm in the only place in Los Angeles I know that I could just sit tight and be okay.
Does it concern you? Does it concern you at all that you live in like a creepy old castle on a hill, and then also you're involved in a mountain with a skull on it?
Well, I knew when I was born that I was destined to end up on the mountainside. I mean, my mother says because we were thinking of abandoning you there when you were a child. But it's turned out instead that I've been carved into mountains figuratively. Somebody asked me the other day. They said, if you were to carve your own Mount Rushmore, who would be on it? And I said, well, it would be 5 of me. In honor of all the people who had my back over the years.
Yeah.
So, no, I've been through some ups and downs. You could put that bloody logo on again.
All right, hang on, but I wanted to say
I don't like to think of myself that way anymore.
I know. I knew you must have figured out at some point what this looked like because you stopped using it. But there was a guy right before the show. You know, I used it.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. I used an old picture of you when it was just whatever came up on Google when I was promoting the show. And you could see a little bit of the logo in the background. And a guy replied, and listen to this. He said that Milo logo was so freaking cool. You should remake vintage Milo merch. And I replied to him, and I said, I always thought it kind of looked like a dude bent over ready to take it up the butt looking back at you. So I'm not sure if that's really the desirable brand right now. Now this guy,
but vintage, you see, you can get away with murder if it's an homage.
True.
I mean, I would say, maybe this is a leader into the Milo clinic, Los Angeles' hottest new conversion therapy clinic. Maybe we lure the gays in with this vision of ready buttocks.
Yeah, I got
and then we divert them off into a gay purge, which is my new parasite cleanse, which we'll talk about later. But
I do want to talk to you about. I do really want to talk to you about that. But this guy, he says that he thinks only I see a dude bent over trying to take it up the butt here.
No, I can promise you that it's not just you.
Okay.
It's not just you.
Well, this guy, I think what happened is this guy is, like a straight guy who's afraid that he didn't notice that the logo that he thought was really, really cool was a guy taking it up the butt. So
Is that your real hair?
Yeah.
Okay, it's amazing. It's amazing.
This is what I look like and everything.
No, it's incredible. It looks like a really expensive weave. The best hair these days comes from Russian shtetls. It's Jewish hair. It used to be Indian hair. You used to get your hair from Rajasthan, like lovely thick black locks from the Indian women of Rajasthan. But these days you get it from Jewish shtetls, and it looks just like that. That looks, I mean, if you take the compliment, that looks like the most expensive hair that you could possibly buy. You could sell that hair for a fortune. You could tell people it comes from Mr. and Mrs. Goldenberger in just outside Moscow. You could get 10 grand for that if it was a weave.
I've always said I look like an Orthodox wife. Well, anyway,
or sort of like John Lennon if he was
classic.
Just ever so slightly more feminine. Maybe you're somewhere between.
All right, hang on a second. I'm not fucking taking that from you, Milo. Jesus Christ.
I'm just. Well, listen. It's I'm working. Look, you're a very masculine man. You have a fine baritone register to your voice.
Is this fake? I'm putting this on. I don't. I actually talk like this all the time.
It's the bum fluff. It's the beard and the moustache. We need some finasteride. Good for that. I'll send you a bottle. I can't do that. It's prescription.
Listen, I saw what you were rocking on Alex Stein's show. You were sort
I
of
can't grow a beard at all.
But look, I'm the same fucking way.
We're like, but if you can't grow it, then don't. We're both making this mistake at the moment.
All right, we both needed a visit from the fashion police on that one then. Could you just though the guy who was saying that he really liked this and didn't see a guy getting
Are we gonna be talking about this logo in an hour?
No, if you let me fucking finish the thought, then we can move on from it, okay?
Well, the problem is you've invited Milo Yiannopoulos on your show, and I've never been known to allow anyone to finish any thought.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to let you run.
No, it's fine. I'm going to be quiet until you tell me to carry on.
Okay, here's all I wanted was the guy who brought that up and insisted that I'm the only one who saw that. I was just hoping that maybe you could let him know. His name is @Morbin. I was thinking maybe you could say, "Hey."
Oh, I know. No, I know exactly who that is.
Oh, could you just call him? Could you call him gay?
I have in the past, actually. There's a reason, Mr. Morbin. I know who you are. There's a reason why you saw that so quickly, and it took us a while to notice. It took me. It took 2 years, and I was pretty gay. It took me 2 years to notice. In fact, I didn't notice. Someone pointed it out to me. And I realized much later. You, on the other hand, sir, Mr. Morbius, whatever it is, you saw it immediately, didn't you? You knew right away. And that speaks, I think it speaks to what is on your mind. I think it is telling about the things that are bouncing around in that degenerate cranium of yours. So I'm not going to call you gay, but you obviously have a lot of fruity thoughts. Because I think it takes a particular kind of disposition to see that logo and immediately think he's getting it up the rear.
So speaking, and I did also immediately think that. So I actually take back.
Okay, well, maybe you too are thinking about somebody getting it up the rear.
I'm an artist.
It could not be you.
So.
You're an artist. You're allowed to think outside the box, and indeed, that kind of sex does exist entirely outside the box. In fact, you don't need a box in the room. That's it. Sorry, that's a British euphemism for
vagina.
Yes, thank you. Maybe you, as an artist, of course, are drawn to the discordant, the disruptive, and the mischievous, and so in your case, it's acceptable. It's all right.
I'm not gay, so. Point is, I'm not gay, but more.
It's funny you've got your set bathed in purple and pink.
I know.
Indeed. Not just your set. You have bathed yourself in pink and purple. You are bedecked, if you don't mind me saying, bedecked in the. Oh my goodness! It's a veritable smorgasbord of homosexual tones, the hues, the colors. I mean, it's very, if you don't, in the parlance of 2024, it's very fat coded, honey. It's serving, honey. It is giving. It is. Sorry, I'm done. I promise I'm done.
My wife, before you came on, my wife said that she was like, we had watched the Alex Stein appearance, and she said, well, what if
wasn't I good? Wasn't I good? I was so good.
So fucking good. It was you went on there and you said every single thing I've been saying about Alex Stein for the past 3 years. It was incredible. We watched the whole thing yesterday. He had taken down the video. He was hiding it.
Your viewers will note with pleasure that I have just reposted the entire episode, which includes the one thing they cut, which was me saying the N-word, and then the various other things they cut. I had my pass on me. Kanye West gave me a lifetime hard R pass.
You're allowed to say
and I had it on. I had it on me, what higher authority could there be? I had it on me, and I was censored. I was censored. My speech was censored. Anyway, then they started when Alex started realizing how badly that show had gone for him. His editors started chopping at it. So the version on YouTube kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So your viewers will be happy to know that I've just posted in anticipation of this show, because although I was an hour and 45 minutes late. I'm still working on some of the gay hangovers. Although it was an hour and 45 minutes late, I did, in anticipation of this show, out of respect and love for you, post the entire Alex Stein episode on my Twitter. I'm sure the flatulent lesbian Alex Stein will DMCA it in no time. So if you do want to go see it, now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. You can go and find it on my Twitter.
Yeah, uninterrupted. The whole thing uninterrupted.
To myself, I do want to apologize. You'll see on that episode an example or an instance of me saying to him, Alex, you were the future once. I thought, and
right.
If you're wondering to yourself, why are you paying Alex Stein so many compliments? I just want to reassure your viewers, I was making fun of him. I had to set it up that way, But I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Thanks. I'm very. What is that awful noise? I'm very happy to have given voice to the voiceless, and by the voiceless, I mean the 11 remaining viewers of Primetime with Alex Stein. And I'm very happy to have given everybody who watches Alex Stein, who has been screaming at their LCD monitors for the past 16 months, desperately praying, hoping that this car crash of a show would not be renewed, hoping that somebody would come to their senses and get Alex Stein off the television. Of course, he's not on television. He'll never be on television.
Here's something you might not have known. I have the inside track on this a little bit. I know somebody who was working for Alex. Apparently, that show is doing so poorly that he has been paying out of pocket to keep it going. So
that is also my understanding.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. If I minimize this window on my iPhone, I hope it doesn't end the call. But since you said that, I just feel the need to tweet it. Just been told by @PodAwful.
Live on. Well, you see, the algorithm punishes when you tag people.
You're right.
Someone's talking about.
You're right.
But I'm gonna. No, I'll do it anyway. Just been told live on PodAwful. Or should I say by PodAwful? What's your preferred parlance?
Yeah, my pronoun is
both
PodAwful.
Yeah. Just been told by and on PodAwful. There we go. No, I'll just say just been told by PodAwful that prime time. Sorry, I'm typing on a keyboard in the car, so if I sound like an absolute retard, that's why. Prime time with Alex Stein. I'm just saying it like the viewers do. Prime time with Alex Stein is doing. I'm sorry. I just need to get this tweet out. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is doing so poorly that he is paying out of pocket to keep it going. And then in honor of the Gamergate graphic you showed just a moment ago, I'm going to say lol lamau Rufflecopter. Who's heard Rufflecopter in a while? Rufflecopter. There we go. I'm dead.
And I am now going to take this time to.
I'm deceased. Gag me with a spoon.
Now,
sorry, I'm done. I've sent it. I'm done. I've said it. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm back in the room.
I'm also now tweeting, and I'm quote tweeting your tweet, and I am saying live right now with Milo, and then there we go. Okay, so I died watching that episode. It was so fucking funny. It was so good. I was so happy that you brought up that he stole the Eliza Schaefer channel and how fucking sad that is.
No one's ever said it, and I said it to him on his show.
I've been waiting. So here's the thing. You don't know this, but I was the first guy to know. I revealed that. Like, I was the one who was telling people.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for your great service and your great credit. And I know that you know this already, but allow me the pleasure of telling your viewers, it absolutely screwed Alex ever since.
Yes.
Because is it just an example of how good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people? The ultimate general overall trajectory of the universe is until it bends toward the arc of justice. It does. If you do good things, you will be okay. Because stealing that channel has screwed him so badly. The YouTube algorithm is now so confused that they never ever surface any clips of his. I mean, his show is doing so badly, even on YouTube, where I mean, you can defecate on YouTube, make a few grunts, and get 3 million views. Alex Stein can't crack 20 grand for 20,000. Can't track 25,000 views for a whole episode of the show. Of course, mine was cruising towards 250,000 before I yanked it. But you can't do stuff like that without consequence. And the algorithm, because of course Elijah Schaffer, the boob grazer, moved, I don't mind Elijah. Has moved on to.
I hate him. No, let's talk shit about Elijah too. Let's talk shit about Elijah.
Okay, fantastic.
He fucking stinks.
Thank God. Thank God, he's awful.
And by the way, is there a bigger closet case than Elijah? I mean,
and YouTube's the U channel. No, Elijah's. Oh God, Elijah. Oof. Anyway, look, I can't. I'm about to go into business with somebody who's in business with him, so I got to be a little bit careful. But not a fan. So look, Alex Stein, however, let's keep our eyes on the prize. Stole his YouTube channel, which is just such a typical Blaze thing to do, isn't it? Just sort of scummy, low rent, nasty. I mean, if it were any worse, it would be the Daily Wire, and that's as bad as it gets. So you know, it's just marvelous. Anyway, point being, stole this YouTube channel. YouTube now doesn't know which one is. Well, it does know which one the real Elijah Schaffer is, and it now doesn't really understand what that old channel is doing or is for. Right. It just never surfaces it in the algorithm. Sweet justice. I will tell you this. I'll tell you something serious, okay?
Okay.
Alex Stein, I thought was merely a harmless, if somewhat embarrassing buffoon. And he is a somewhat embarrassing buffoon. In fact, he's a very embarrassing buffoon. But something worse than that. Since I went on that show, I mean, my God, it's ignoramus. It's just levels of imbecility in that man. He's such a slimy son of a you know what as well. After the show, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Well, I made plans because I knew you wouldn't invite me for dinner." And he said, "Oh, well, yeah, I'm busy tonight." I said, "So why did you ask me what I was doing? You're just You're just a scumbag. Like why even ask me?" And his girlfriend, one thing you don't know, his girlfriend was in the audience for that show, shaking her head, and just her head got lower and lower and lower, and she just by the end, her head was in her hands. And I don't know if they've ever had sex since. They may not have had sex for a long time already, but no, he was so sleazy and scummy, and exactly how I knew he would be. I knew it would be. That I've had so many people who have said to me, what a fuck. Excuse me, I'm sorry for language. I'm so sorry. What an outfit. People told me afterwards, they said I looked like a Texan vampire hunter. Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Isn't that great? And I do. It's great. But no, look, I've had so many people, sorry, I was just going to get this point out. I've had so many people who've said to me afterwards, "I'm so glad you did that." Not just because it was great content, and not just because hopefully it will hasten the end of both his show and his career, but because he did X to me. And each time somebody tells me a story, it's slightly different, but it involves the same kind of personality quirk of Alex's. And these personality quirks are snaking from cowardice. And what I mean by that is he's that guy who can't bring himself to tell you that the boss has banned X, so he just ghosts you instead. He's that guy who's too proud to say that the Blaze has laid down this rule. So he just chats shit about you instead. I'm so sorry. He just chats nonsense about you.
No, you can say shit. You can say shit and retard and.
I just can't say that the vaccines. I'm joking. But no, look. He can't bring himself to admit that he sold his soul to, I mean, I don't even want to credit Glenn Beck by calling him the devil. Lucifer was at least the choir master in heaven. I mean, if you've heard Glenn Beck, but no, I've heard so many stories from so many people who've explained the disgusting behavior of Alex Stein. And if it's somebody else, if it's Sarah Gonzalez or if it's James Poulos or whatever, understand the deal they've done. They understand the situation they're in. And those are both, to my understanding, and so far as I have experienced, I can't talk about how they treat other people. It really is a great picture of me. I can't say about how, for others, but they have both said, you know how the Blaze is. If you hope you understand such and such and such and such. I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. They level with you. They explain the situation. They say what you can. Alex Stein is so proud, and pride makes you stupid, and pride makes you hateful, And Alex Stein is so proud that he can't bring himself to admit that he's not the king of the universe and he can do whatever he wants. And this over time has eroded his self-confidence. It's eroded his performance abilities. It's eroded his comedy to the point where he's no longer really funny at all, if he ever was. And on his show, what I sought to do, and I think demonstrated really, really well. No, I don't think it was ever funny either. What I sought to do and demonstrated really well, I hope, was that you might have BDE in a room full of suits, but you don't when real talent is opposite you. And in dominating him as completely as I did on his own show, he was screaming and shaking his papers and saying, I want to get on the show. And I just said, how can we get on the show when we haven't finished the introductions? I was trying to demonstrate. You host cucked
him. You completely host cucked him.
And yeah, I thank you for knowing the word. And I did. And, I do that to friends too. I do it to Tim Paul every time I'm on, but I do it with affection. I do it with affection. I've sort of done it a little bit this evening. But I like to defer to you out of respect because I think you're a good guy. So I at least let you ask questions, once every 20 minutes. But the thing about Alex, I wanted to demonstrate what it's like to be in the room with actual talent. Because obviously he doesn't know. He stays away from. He doesn't invite anybody who's actually good on his show. He doesn't invite anybody with brains or talent or intelligence on his show because he knows his limitations and he needs. Sorry, you're going to hear some car doors. Sorry for the noise.
You're fine.
He needs to be the loud, brash mess. Without which he doesn't have anything. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'll be a loud, brash mess, but I'll also be one who's telling you a couple of home truths that nobody else can, and nobody else has. And I'll demonstrate that not only can I do you much better than you, but I can also tell you what you need to hear that nobody has told you. And really demonstrate, illustrate, expose just what an enormous opportunity you have squandered in your pride, your stupidity, your cruelty, and your cowardice. Exactly. And so that was my target going onto the show, to be perfectly frank with you. And I gave him an opportunity to do what he has ignored. Look, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever. It's a very long time since I was famous, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really, really good at a couple of things. Better than anybody else, really, in the space. And I offered Alex Stein, I wasn't sort of haughty about it. I didn't offer him mentorship, but I said, if you ever need anything, bro, I'm here. And he just never responded, never called me back on it. I mean, he did respond, but, he never took me up on it. And I just thought to myself, well, if I was a comedian who's not particularly talented, but was sort of getting some opportunities, and Milo Yiannopoulos kind of offered to take me under his wing, I think I'd probably do it,
Yeah, 100%.
Right. And I sort of, it just made me feel a bit silly for sort of seeing anything in him, which, like I say, mostly I was just making fun of him. But, I just thought to myself, this is somebody who doesn't want it and has cruised to an unearned position where really he needs to be put in his place for the good of everybody. And, as some of your viewers will know, if they've heard of me, I'm one of life's givers, And I just thought, for the good of the sector, for the good of the community, for the good of conservatism, for the good of everybody, I'll show you how it's really done. And so that was my goal going in.
Well, that's another thing too. You say for the good of conservatism. Alex Stein is not conservative. He's not. He is a. You were talking about Gamergate and vending grifting. He is King Grift on all of this. I mean,
it upsets me to hear you say that this serial cheater loudmouthed liar and coward isn't a model conservative Christian. It shocks me. It shocks me.
Well,
you've shaken me to my core this evening. You have.
I mean, he's none of those. Yeah, he's definitely none of those things. But he I know for a fact, like, he was voting for Beto O'Rourke the year before he went viral for going to those stupid town meetings or whatever.
But I mean, and this is something that, I mean, there are people in mental facilities with the IQ of postage stamps who knew that was not a real conservative. I mean, there are people who have had 4/5 of their brain removed in Swedish laboratories who know that Beto O'Rourke is not somebody to vote for if you have, if you care at all. I mean, there are people who were born without heads, who are kept alive solely on an extraordinary concatenation of bleeding edge technology, who basically aren't even, they're just sort of a lung in a tank, who know that Beto O'Rourke is a disaster. I mean, what is wrong with this man?
Well, he really wants to be famous. That's it. He doesn't want to be funny. He's not a comedian. He doesn't want to be funny. He doesn't want to be interesting. He wants to be famous. He's like a male Paris Hilton or something. He spent.
Paris Hilton could put the fork down. No, I don't know about that. Paris Hilton has discipline. Paris Hilton has $1 billion perfume brand because Paris Hilton plays stupid on television, but is actually a relatively canny businessman. Bad analogy, yes. No, I mean, look, the main difference between Paris Hilton and Alex Stein is that Paris Hilton is actually famous, whereas Alex Stein never will be.
Well, I wouldn't want to watch One Night in Alex either. That would be not as good. But
I think I was halfway on my journey from gay to straight. I think you've pushed me the rest of the way there this evening.
Yes.
I think you've just birthed a heterosexual tonight. Because One Night in Alex. I mean, just the mere thought of it, and I'm reaching for clunge. Where's the nearest vagina? It's mine. I think you've thank you for that. You've saved me.
I try my best.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in conversion therapy bills. I had another 6 years ahead of me to get to where I am now. I can never think about another man ever again.
You can stop taking dewormer now.
Well, no, because there's always the risk it might come back.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking. Actually, speaking of dewormer, I don't know if I tell you this yet. I will soon be releasing my own brand of it's called Gay Purge. And it is X-Gay in 7 days, or depending on which version of the product you buy, the slogan might be "Man Free by Monday." And it is a parasite cleanse.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this. So I said a couple of years ago on the show, like, I kind of believe, there's this conspiracy thing where people are saying that maybe being gay is caused by worms or parasites. And people were taking ivermectin to try to stop being gay. And one guy said it was working. And I saw you tweeted saying that was one of the things you had tried.
It was. As a scientist, obviously, I have to be careful about the claims that I make. But I would say it's part of a battery. I wouldn't like to lay sole credit at the feet of horse paste for getting me off the penises, but it was one of a variety of strategies that I employed, which collectively have done the job.
Yeah, see, here's the thing: is I knew it couldn't be solely that, because I remember Joe Rogan also took ivermectin, and he's still a fag. So there must be a secret ingredient or something. I don't know if
people say, oh, everyone says that about Joe Rogan who hasn't been invited. Well, I've been invited. I've done it twice, and I still think it. No, so look, I am uniquely positioned to talk about Joe Rogan's homosexuality. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Talk about uniquely positioned.
Should I bring up the logo again?
I told you we'd be talking about the logo in an hour.
Yeah.
Yes, positioned. No. Look, as some of your viewers know, for those who don't, I never get tired of telling this story. So Joe Rogan took 200 million or whatever it was from Spotify, under one condition. Do you remember what the condition was?
No.
That the episodes with me and Gavin McGinnis were scrubbed from history.
And Alex Jones,
they never existed. Alex Jones also, yes.
Yeah.
And one or two others too. There were one or two of the boring boxing people that because they'd said something outrageous about blacks or something. But it was aimed at me, Gavin, and Alex. Quietly memory hold. And Joe Rogan has the audacity to snigger along with that odious libertarian coward Dave Smith. What we do? What was that?
I was just making sure that the S came through clearly on that snigger.
Oh, sniggering. Yes, sniggering. Yes. Yeah. No. Sorry.
Just joking.
I meant chortling, chuntering, laughing, giggling.
Chuntering? I don't know about that one either. We got to be careful here, Milo. Some of these words.
Chuntering is British for like. Well, that's a chunter.
Honestly,
that's a chunter.
Just it being British makes it pretty bad. You got to kind of drop that one. Just for that.
Okay, fine. But we're worried about we're worried about YouTube, and I think you can be as gay as you like on YouTube. So look. He's giggling along with Dave Smith, who's got the same sort of levels of cowardice that Alex Stein does. So it's a similarly courageous hero and leader of men. About the fact that I was cancelled, and where do you fit? Where is he now? And Joe Rogan says, I think there's a little bit of a drug problem there too. I'm like, excuse me? Would somebody like to open your medicine cabinet if your workout supplements, bro? He's a dwarf. The shape of a cube. That doesn't just happen. You can't eat egg whites and become the shape of Joe Rogan. Just give me a break.
I like to say that he looks like a sentient pile of deli meat.
I like that. Yeah, I can see that you've thought long and hard about this. Yeah. But he's laughing along with him about this, not disclosing the fact that he's one of the primary architects of what happened to us in 2017. Because when the message went out that Gavin and Alex and I were too hot even for Joe Rogan, that was it for us, and that was exactly the time when Facebook pulled our pages too. Right. And so he is absolutely in the top 5 people most responsible for all that stuff happening in 2016, 17, and has the audacity to giggle along about it and suggest that we have problems that made it happen rather than you took $200 million in exchange for screwing your friends.
Well, in fairness to Joe, when he's giggling, he's imagining himself humping a stool. So it's not really connected to anything else going on.
In British, a stool means a poop.
I said what I said.
Okay. The one of the most illustrious and treasured positions in the British court for hundreds of years was the groom of the stool, which was the person whose responsibility it was to check whether the monarch's droppings were of an appropriate smell, consistency, and color. Because, of course, if the king was sick and didn't want to tell anybody, that would require immediate remedy. And you can tell with people, as with animals, what comes out the other end can tell you basically if they're pretty much all right. So there's a groom of the stool. So he's one of the primary architects of this. And what he could have done, and what he should have done, and what any normal human being would have done, would have been to reach out and say, listen, I hope you can understand. There's an enormous amount of money. I'm making this compromise. I would really rather you didn't make a big fuss about it. And as a gesture, have the rights to these episodes. Go post them wherever you want. They're yours. I hope you don't post them because I would rather you didn't. Because I don't want to screw up my deal. I'll do everything I can to get the show to a place so I can have you on again. But I just want to let you know that this is happening because, and I'm sorry, man, but it's just a decision I've made, right? That is how, for somebody who talks about male courage, for somebody who talks about being decent, having integrity, for somebody who talks about a heroic male virtue, he doesn't display very much of it, Joe Rogan, because that sort of slimy, secret, silent, I'll just delete the episodes, give me the money. I felt that it was feminine,
And I've, I didn't make a big fuss about it at the time. I never really made a big fuss about it. I posted about it once on Twitter a while ago, but I just thought kind of a bitch move.
Yeah, well, Joe Rogan is a bitch, and I think any human being on earth could easily just plant him into the ground with a big windmill hammer strike on the top of his dumb bald head.
What would grow if you were to bury him, if he were a magic bean? Something very, very yellow, like, and wafted, something you couldn't climb.
I was gonna say like elk meat.
He wishes.
Something
If he ate elk meat, I can't help but think he'd be just a little bit more heroic.
I would, if we lived in, sorry, I'm a little focused on something else you said here. I feel like if we still lived in, them olden times you were talking about before, Elijah Schaffer would be the groom of the stool to some sort of.
God, he would backstab, he would murder, he would bribe, he would do anything to get that job.
That dude lives in a closet with a screen door on it. That's all I'm saying. So there's something going on there. I saw him one time. He was walking into the Blaze. He had this little manservant with him, this little Hispanic manservant that was like a little too buddy with him. Something was going on there.
I think they're the gay equivalent of spinners. People who don't even have to kneel down to give you a blowjob, just these tiny little Mexicans with hungry mouths.
Yes.
I'm just saying there's no smoke without fire. I don't know of anybody about whom there are more gay rumors than Elijah Schaffer.
I think my whole theory has been that stuff about him, touching on a boobie or whatever. I think
he was just trying for some straight credentials.
Exactly. He leaked that. That was him putting that out there, trying to go say to his wife, see, I'm not gay. I cheated on you.
How can I be gay? I got fired for touching a boob.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I've touched plenty of breasts in my lifetime, and I could have been fired for any of those occasions. It doesn't prove nothing.
Right. Let me ask you this: in your time of troubles, when you went through your troubles, and
I'm still in it.
So many people abandoned you. So many people that were once that you thought were your friends or you once called friends were no longer there for you. Out of all those people, because I've been watching you sort of set fire to all this stuff, and I've been enjoying it. And
quite good fun, isn't it?
Who was the worst? Who was the absolute dirtiest?
Okay, so two answers. First of all, I'm not telling you who the absolute worst is, because the absolute worst is not a household name, but somebody everybody knows, everybody's big name.
Okay.
Who came to me a week before I was cancelled and asked to borrow some money and to fulfill a lifelong passion. If I tell you what it is, you'll figure out who that is, so I'm not going to tell you. But
kind of hint at it, sort of fuzzed around the edges.
This work? This might work on other people. It ain't gonna work with me. I will say who it is when it is when I want to.
Whisper it.
I'll tell you afterwards. I'm not.
Draw a picture.
I won't. You're luring me in. It's that glossy hair. It's the glossy hair. You're luring me in.
Is it a guy or a lady? Oh, here we go. Hang on. Milo's on cam. Hang on. Let me throw him up on the board here.
Look. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
Come on.
But I will say this. This person borrowed from me 6 figures, a large sum of money, all the cash I could lay my hands on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 days later, it all went down. And that's a nice look at that. Look at the lovely glossy hair from this view. You could.
All right.
No. Cut back.
I'm taking myself off a screen here in a second.
Whoever's producing this show, I command you to cut back. Cut back to the rear view. There we go. Look, you could be Brett Cooper. You could be Brett Cooper with that. You could. This could be her new set. You could be Brett Cooper with that hair. What a lovely setup you've got. It's like a lovely. You take kids to the ballpark. It's like a lovely gay version of that, isn't it?
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be gay just because. Look, lights aren't gay.
It's gay because it's purple and pink. And look, I noticed that there's a sort of And you know when
when you're a fucking hammer, every problem's a nail, Milo. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The gay decor is given away by one characteristic, which is there's always a tell, and it's that desperate small feature attempting to reclaim or restate masculinity. And for you, it's the horns on the wall behind you. There's a little. I noticed there was a little like go to your wide camera. There's this horns on the wall behind you. Yeah. Look. There's a little antelope.
It's a deer. It's our dear God. It's dear God.
Dear God. It's the only heterosexual thing on the set, and it's that little thing that just says. It's a little thing that just says, "See, I am a man," and it's surrounded by pink, purple, and that hair. But no, look, it's the only. Look, I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, I'm not taking this from a guy wearing a shirt that says "ex gay" while also wearing sunglasses that have pearls attached to them. Okay, you know, like
I do that, don't I? Yeah, no, I do.
It's not happening.
I've got my Jewish therapist glasses today. Look at that. It's my Jewish marriage counselor glasses. No, look. What are we talking about?
I don't even fucking remember. Oh, who's that? Who you were about to tell me the secret person?
No, I wasn't. No, I was. Stop it. You're relentless.
I think.
I'm not telling you that, but I will tell you the second worst person is, which is Dave Rubin.
Okay.
Dave Rubin. I mean, I basically, he had a very mediocre, unsatisfying, nothing of a career until he decided to reinvent himself as a kind of pretend impartial centrist, but really giving platform and voice to the right of the right wing.
Right.
And I went on his show twice and kind of like was the first big guest he ever had. And then I worked hard for him and with him. And it basically, look, from the moment, there's something about me, like from the moment I popped off, I was always trying to bring other people up with me. And I've been punished for that my whole life, for that kindness. I got him all of his like first major guests. They were all friends of mine, not his. I told people, when people asked me if they should do the show, I told them yes. I really feel that in a significant way, because of the manner in which he looked up to me and took cues from me and studied and imitated me and raided my Rolodex for the first 2 seasons of his show. I kind of made him, and he is the person who, the moment that went down, just stopped contacting me dead.
Wow.
One of the people that owed me the most and behaved the worst.
And then who was that person?
And wasn't I just vindicated by his Frankensperm babies? I'm sorry, but just to illustrate the kind of person that we're talking about, the kind of man this is, he goes and he has, I guess he comes in a cup with his demonic boyfriend. And they sort of, stir it around a bit, stick it in a turkey baster, rent a womb, and, sort of roll the dice on whose baby comes out. And so they've got 2 of these poor innocent children. I mean, one of them's going to get raped. Going to happen.
I would say both.
Look, I asked a question on Twitter a while ago, and I still don't know the answer to this. And it was, the fact that the child is related to Dave Rubin, does that make it more or less likely that Dave Rubin will have sex with it? I think it's tough to say. On the one hand, a normal person would be a bit put off by this fact, but I think he's going to consider it a sort of, as all homosexual adoptive parents do, a kind of accessory, and an accessory not just that he owns, but that is an extension of him, and therefore sex with it really is just a kind of masturbation. And in any case, he owns this thing and it's him. I think it makes it more likely. I think those children are in danger.
It's a lot of money and science and pain to have to go through just to make your own fleshlight.
Just fuck a girl. I mean, come on. If I can do it, you can do it. But it's of course, I'm Catholic, so I don't really approve at all of children raised outside the Holy Sacrament of marriage, and mom and dad should be home and should be taking care of them for the first 20 years of their life. But if you're going to do it somehow, like do it and the mom has been banished, as they always are in these liaisons, and now it's just these 2 babies crying in the nursery, drowned out by the sound of Dave Rubin's gigantic form rutting and squealing on shitty sheets in the next room. Gay adoption is a lie told between shitty sheets. I'm sorry. But no, it's
gay adoption is just buying a baby, which I'm pretty sure
yes, it is
normally illegal.
Well, you know that we're in late period decline when it becomes possible to purchase human beings if only one does it in the right way by being a large rutting homosexual.
They could probably find a way to get it outlawed if they just found a way to always make the baby come out black.
Well, no. The way to outlaw it would be to only have adoption for girls, because gays would lose interest in adoption overnight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I think if Dave Rubin's sexual history is anything to go by, having a baby come out black would just mean he waits till it's 7 instead of fucking it when it's 4. Wait.
Well, still, it's good to wait, you know.
They say that in abstinence, don't they?
Yeah, it's build the anticipation. You know, a lot of times it's about the anticipation.
From the moment it's there in the crib, yeah, dad, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, he's got to wait for years just to make sure the first time he does it doesn't kill the thing. You know, he's got to wait till at least. Sorry, we'll move on.
Thank God you can't get canceled twice. You know,
listen. I tried. I went to work for Kanye West.
Yeah,
I've been trying for years to get double plus canceled. It's just never happened for me.
Luckily, nobody watches PodAwful, so I think you're safe. But
I'll post everything. I'll post everything I just fucking said.
So I wanted to get into the some of your most recent back and forth. Well, actually, no.
Spare me with Loomer if you don't mind. Let's do the others.
Spare you what?
Spare me Loomer. Let's do the others.
Okay, you got it. I'll just say this: I liked the way you handled the IRL Loomer bit.
You know, people didn't. I mean, everyone's obsessed with this idea that I was like high as a kite. Like, I'm very fidgety. Like, I'm a fidgety, nervous energy person. And when I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to say I've never had an illegal drug in my life. I'm not going to claim that on your show today.
No, that would be crazy. You were a gay guy. Gay guys are always doing shit.
You know, like it's just a life, you know. But I'm sorry. But I think I'd had like 2 glasses of wine and maybe a couple of Adderall the day before. You know, and that was it. I'm a very like nervous energy, fidgety kind of person, and I think maybe people like remember me differently because they hadn't seen me for 8 years. They didn't remember that I was weird, you know, like, and so everybody was obsessed with the idea that I was like high or something, and I was just trying to get out of there. And the British people who saw it all said, I was watching you as kindly as possible, try to politely excuse yourself from that the moment it began. And the Americans are all like, yeah, go Laura, like Milo got Loomered, like high as a kite or whatever. And I didn't recognize that kind of characterization of what happened at all. It was not an easy thing to watch, but I did watch some of it back, and I was just like, I'm just trying to get out of there as desperately as I can.
Well, from what I understand, if you had actually gotten Loomered, then you would have been, waking up with her on your crotch.
Yes, you sort of lift up the covers, and you see, would you like to play a game? Yeah. No. So everything I published about Loomer is absolutely accurate. That's why she's so cross. That's why she's so furious. Everything I've said about her is true and checkable. She tried to sort of drop some receipts like, oh, I'm still being invited to Mar-a-Lago with this kind of like 2-month-old thing that was dated like 2 weeks before, and trying to play funny games with the dates, which didn't add up. And saying, oh, I had dinner with Trump 2 weeks ago. She didn't. It's all lies. She's completely persona non grata at Mar-a-Lago. She will never be allowed on the plane again. If she's such a big a favorite of Trump's. Where's your job, girl? She's never going to get one. She's never going to get one because various people, including me, made absolutely sure of it. And indeed, as I've already said on other shows, I was paid to make sure of it. So I did so with great pleasure because it was the right thing to do. Things can be both a profit and a pleasure in this life. And in this new chapter of my professional life with my new agency, my management firm, I'm trying to take on, we do two things. I mean, one of the things I do now is artist management, both very established people like Ye and up and coming artists of various kinds. And the other thing I do, I like to call retribution as a service, which is basically just hire me to take somebody out, which is enormously expensive. And I only take the clients that I believe in, that I think are worthy of destruction. And sometimes, of course, I just do it for fun, but sometimes I do it for pay. And I was very happy to accept that job, which of course came from the very highest levels of the Trump campaign.
I think some, Alex, you mentioned before, Alex, on the Alex Stein episode, they kept editing.
That was just for fun. That was just fun.
They kept editing it down. And a lot of what they removed was the Loomer stuff. She was on Twitter, saying that she was going to sue. Not even really. Maybe she said it about you. Not you. Not me. The Blaze and Alex
Laura?
Stein.
I have revealed that this woman, I don't want to talk about it forever because it's just so boring. Everyone wants to talk about it.
We'll move past it.
I've said that you can't own a gun because you were forcibly 5150, like psychologically incarcerated. Incarcerated in a mental institution twice by your father, and that you're not really Jewish and you made it up. And I've dropped the receipts. Everybody knows it's true. Everyone knows it's true. Like, if that wasn't true, why am I still why am I not in court?
Well, I was on your side in the entire thing, but then when you said she's not Jewish, I go, this is tough because I know she's had a lot of plastic surgery, but
no, she's the only person in history to have surgery to look more Jewish.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never happened before.
Exactly. Do they do reverse rhinoplasties or what is going on?
I posted the receipts and I showed.
I saw the video.
That she was practicing the Star of David in 2020, I think, because she didn't know it.
Okay,
and of course, I also posted a video. I also posted a video. More pertinently, from my cat. More pertinently, I posted a video from Paul Bazile, her video producer, in 2018, who said that he was there on the day she decided to make up that she was Jewish. Why did she do this? Because she had planned, instead of giving a speech at this anti-Islam rally, she'd planned to just go up and burn a Quran, the laziest thing imaginable. And the organizers said no. So she had to cobble together a speech quickly, and she bought for herself from Amazon a $12 Star of David necklace and said to Paul Bazile, I'm going to go and tell everyone I'm Jewish. Put this on me. And so he fastened the necklace on her. And that was the moment that Laura Loomer became Jewish in 2018. That's when and how she became Jewish.
All right. Well, just to play Moloch's advocate for a second here. What is the one symbol that Jewish people, it means more to them than even the Star of David?
I don't know. What are you going to say?
The swastika. So
okay.
Now every single time there's one of these fake hate crimes, they always forget the way to draw it. And these rabbis are always drawing them the wrong direction.
Yeah. I mean, if a Nazi would know how to draw it, right? Or at least every Nazi I know, they're kind of nerds. They're sort of bookish. If they didn't know, they'd check their copy of Mein Kampf.
They could do every type of rune they ever saw, off the top of their head. But what I'm saying is maybe Laura,
they know, Death's Head Tottenkopf 1939 shoulder pads. Oh, it's an antler with two lines under it. They know this shit.
Yeah, exactly. They know exactly what the Vultures album looks like and everything. So all I'm saying is maybe Jews don't know how to do the Star of David either. Maybe they're probably hiring.
Funny. I like that, but it tends to be black lesbians who do the swastika hate crime hoaxes, and actually sort of undermining my own point there because they are, of course, functionally illiterate. No, I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry, but she's not Jewish.
Okay, well, I will choose.
I can tell you, another thing is, I'll tell you who this is off the show because I don't want to embarrass him. But there's someone who didn't marry her because he found out she's not Jewish. A major league Orthodox Jew that she was dating who ghosted her and came back 2 weeks later married somebody else.
Rabbi Shmuley.
That's happened to her like 4 times. It's a terrible, really. Hurts your heart, doesn't it? This has happened to her about 4 times. Something about Laura makes people go and marry the girl they dated before her. I'd say about 4 times people have just like dipped on Laura and come back 2 weeks later married. I mean, couldn't happen to a nicer girl. It's a great pity, a great shame. But I find that I find that she is not Jewish because I spoke to and know and have employed for a year. Well, not now, but I did in the past employ for many years. The person who was there when she made it up. I find that she is not Jewish because I was there when she drew a pentagram instead of a Star of David on a folder and didn't know the difference.
That's still pretty Jewish, though.
Chat. I did. Easy joke. You're not wrong, but shush. I find that she's not Jewish because I had to write all of her Jewish holiday greetings, which she's still using 5 years later, because she didn't know what. I can't remember which one it was. Which one would happen during election season? Anyway, she couldn't remember what a Jewish holiday was even for.
Yom Kippur.
I find that she's not Jewish because she does not speak a word of Hebrew or Yiddish and used the meshuggah instead of meshugana in an ad because she was trying to pretend that she spoke a language that she did not. I find that she is not Jewish because she has never been admitted to. Yeah, there we go. That one got you, didn't it?
She's funny. That's funny.
No, funnily enough, the word is from madness. She got it wrong. She can't even spell mad. No, I find that she's not Jewish because somebody who is a major league serious Jew, an Orthodox Jew, an observant Jew, declined to marry her because she wasn't Jewish and would have otherwise because he was completely in love with her. I find that she is Jewish because she has never been accepted into any temple or synagogue and doesn't have a rabbi. She does not daven. She has no Rav. Like, I know more about Judaism than Laura Loomer does, and I'm not terribly fond of the religion, and I don't, really care that much for a lot of the people. But I know more about Judaism than she does, as evidenced by the fact that I have written all of her statements on Judaism ever. And of course, I wrote her book, and I find her Jewish most specifically and completely and particularly and entirely because I Loomered her book. And in the course of doing so, I did what I always do writing a book. I've ghostwritten a lot of books. I've written 17 New York Times bestsellers, 2 of them for me and the rest for other people. I find that she is not Jewish because in the course of looking it up, and I found out the Catholic school she went to and spoke to the people she went to school with, she wasn't Jewish until she decided to be in 2018. And it is that simple.
Well, listen, I believe you because if she were really Jewish, Trump would have given her a job.
And let her blow him. Rather than just her claiming it. Not just that, but if you can point out any other situation in which I've ever been wrong or ever told a lie like this, then please do. But you can be confident in what I'm saying because I might be a churlish, spiteful, terrible, vindictive human being, but I'm not a liar.
After the lawsuit threat to Alex Stein, they started cutting out the Laura Loomer parts in that episode. I thought that it would be a fun thing to do. Alex is trying to hide a lot of stuff after your appearance. You burned him in just about every possible way on Twitter. I'm happy to have been a part of that as well, providing you
thank you for your service, soldier.
Thank you so much. I thought it would be kind of fun if we did a little bit of watching an old news clip here. This is something that I don't think you were aware of this back when you were on Alex's show, but you became aware of it after the fact. This is Alex Stein's school shooter grandma.
Oh God, this is the best story. Let's go.
Let's go. Take a look at this. All right, let's take a look at this.
I love this.
Life, but I don't run from their crimes.
Betty Stein has lived across the street from Highland Park High School for 33 years, and she claims she's been harassed almost daily.
This is, of course, the high school that Alex himself went to, by the way.
He shot up his school.
Yes.
Sit out there
maybe catching strays in the back of the head from his own grandmother's shooting explains why Alex ended up like he is.
Yeah, that probably makes you think being loud is funny.
night, and they'd go by and say vile things to me. I want your body, and say ugly, foul, vile.
Can you imagine doing something as foul as saying I want your body, or
They say ugly, foul things to me like I want your body? I'm gonna play her in something. I'm gonna go to something as her. I can get a hat like that. That's just lace hat. I can make a hat like that. My grandmother taught me how to do that. All gay people are raised by their grandmothers. I can do this. I can go as Betty Stein.
Yeah. For those who don't know in the audience, this is Betty Minyard Stein. Alex Stein's.
Betty Minyard. I know it's so rare, isn't it, to hear of an older Jewish lady doing her own dirty work? But good on Betty.
Yeah. You know,
look. Can we back to the beginning? I want to nail the accent. Can we go back to the beginning? I want to hear it again.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Stein has.
Or it's a little. The audio is a little. It's an old news clip. It's kind of.
No. I was in it with the pip called pips, aren't they?
They ruined my health. They ruined my life. But I don't
ruined my
learn
health
from their crimes.
Betty Stein has lived
This sounds like my grandma.
across the street from Highland Park High School for 33 years.
Except, just to be clear, my grandma is not the nation's oldest school shooter, though.
And she claims
she's probably the oldest school shooter in the history of human civilization.
I would have to imagine.
And maybe this explains Alex's late start. Talk about the Stein dynasty. Talk about late bloomers. We're still waiting for Alex to blossom into a performer. If his grandmother didn't become a school shooter until she was 80, we could be waiting until Alex is 412 before he becomes funny. Sorry. So back to the beginning. Sorry. Once again.
Yeah, we should give him until he's 65 to really pop off.
I
mean, in retrospect, we've been unfair to him, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been cruel.
Claims she's been harassed almost daily.
And I sit out there at night, and they'd go by and say vile things to me. I want your
vile
body,
things to me,
and say ugly, foul, vile.
Yeah, the trick is to really stretch out the eyes into an ass sound.
Ugly, foul things to me. Like
go.
I want your body. What am I out of 10?
You're already in there. You're in the pocket.
Okay.
You're in the pocket.
Me, a 65-year-old elderly lady.
You're
and
elderly
I have to
lady.
stand out there and take it night and day.
She says she's asked for help. She's told the school administration about her problems, and she calls
the very
police
serious nodding journalist
regularly to complain.
I had already told officers, I said, the only thing I can do is shoot out their tires. Any of them who do.
That's it. The only option, officer. How?
Wait. There's another example of the FBI being given a heads up before a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like that gay nightclub in Florida all over again. They knew it was going to happen. This is
Betty Minyard Stein solves problems the way Yosemite Sam solves problems.
No, she solves problems the way Osama bin Laden solves problems.
The students in the area admit that many of the teenagers do harass the lady at 6600 Westchester.
I mean, they just would call her names, and they would go around honking at her, and just different things, and they would throw trash in her yard. Just stuff because she was different they made fun of, and nobody deserved.
She's different. By the
so basically, she was an obstreperous, cantankerous, unbearable old...
Yeah. Or different.
I can't say the C word. Unbearable old bitch. And because she was always shaking her fist and saying, "Get off my property," the kids started to kind of pick up that she was a problem. She was a nuisance who then treated the ordinary social response to her nuisance as grounds to start an armed assault of a school. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Milo, what you have to understand is they were throwing hamburgers in her yard.
Well, who wouldn't pick up an AR-15? Look, if I'd known this before I went on Alex Stein, I think I'd have been a bit more careful before throwing all that water on it.
This morning, Mrs. Stein reported to police and a teacher that some boys were threatening her with their cars. She says the boys persisted.
I aimed at the car, and for some reason, the way he was going and twisted.
Well, this is a confession. You shouldn't be telling them this.
She's not telling her lawyer, of course. She's just telling us, I aimed at the car, but then the way the car swerved, I guess it just hit the school.
Oh, that's so sweet and naive of you. You think she had a lawyer. No, she represented herself in this case. Yeah.
Play.
Often went on down the street. I had no idea I even hit him.
18-year-old Ward Huey III, a summer school student, was hit by a single bullet. Mrs. Stein claims she never meant to hit the boy. She only wanted his license number. Huey's family has declined to comment on the case tonight. Linda Frederick, Channel 5 News
Yeah, in
Tonight.
case she comes back.
Yeah.
In case she comes back, they won't comment because she's going to come for him again. He's got to go to school every day opposite that crazy old bat.
She argued in court that he did it to himself. That the bullet wound was from him skiing and he fell on a ski pole. She just invented that out of whole cloth.
Look, well, we know where all the comedy genes in that family went. They didn't go to Alex. They're concentrated in Betty.
Well, she was, the court stenographer did quote her as saying that she was a pimp on a blimp.
Right. It all comes from somewhere.
Yeah. She was high on fentanyl and mescaline, and she had gone insane in the Ukraine. You don't understand. She started rapping inside the court.
Hello, baby. Oh, sweetheart. Sorry, Helen's getting very upset that I'm yelling so much. This is where she's. Look at that face. Look at that face. She's pissed at me. Can you see how angry she is?
Thank God you're taking those parasite meds.
Oh, no, toxoplasmosis is not a worry for me because they're indoor felines.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, well, the other one does go out, but only on a leash. It's the bougiest, faggiest thing you've ever seen. It's like all my gayness has been concentrated in my cat. I take this.
That's where it comes from. I have my theory is that toxoplasmosis, that and of course being raped is what causes being gay. You combine those two things.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just so you know, it's not a moral choice of mine. It's something that happened to me. Look, she's so angry. You are look how they are. The other one is more beautiful. I got a Bengal who looks like a little tiger, but she's the one that would go viral. She's like pissed. Like, can you shut the hell up, please? I'm trying to sleep.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Mersh?
Don't know. I don't think so.
Revenge of the Sis. He's got a show called Revenge of the Sis.
Do you know, I think that sounds like something I've scrolled past.
Yeah, you would. Most people do.
Yeah. I love when people tell me they've got a show on Rumble. My favorite thing to say is, and what is that?
Yes. Well, how did you just instinctly know it was on Rumble? That was insane.
I just, something told me Revenge of the Sis.
Yeah.
So that'll be on Rumble. That'll be on Rumble. When someone says, "Oh, I stream on Rumble," I love to say, and what is Rumble? And their little faces fall. The way that their heart sinks, it's like they're a cock of the hoop. They're at the top of the world, and the next minute they're a feather duster. They're so sad. Their whole universe collapses when and what is Rumble? Of course, there is nobody on Rumble because the company is Sam. Analysts estimate that 37% of the traffic on Rumble comes from malware installed by Rumble. No, this is true. To artificially inflate the number of people for the purposes of defrauding both content creators and advertisers.
Yes, it's got to be more than 37%. It's almost all bots. It's almost all fake views.
I think if you're streaming on Rumble and it says 5,000 live viewers, I think you've got 12.
It's maybe even less. It might actually. I actually have a theory that you lose real human viewers. You actually go into the negative. You're actually going into the red.
They do. It's Hollywood math, isn't it? They do all these like weird ways of adding up what your audience is, and I do agree with you that any numbers on Rumble end up subtracting from your overall audience score.
Well, someone did. There's this guy on YouTube who did a test on the views on Rumble. He was specifically trying to call out Steven Crowder, and
bottomed and botted Steven Crowder.
Yes, exactly. And he ran tests that proved that the views on Rumble are fake. At the very least, the live views on their fake, and they come from. On Rumble, they make you run like a little video ahead of your stream. And every single time it loops, it now counts that as a new viewer. That's another viewer.
That's no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Baby, no.
So they've been doing investigated by the FEC. Is it the FEC?
They have been doing the yes, yeah. The FTC, isn't
it? FTC.
They have been doing, well, except it's not on television. No, that's the Trade Commission. What am I talking about? You mean the?
No, you're thinking of the FCC. I am thinking of the FTC.
I'm thinking of the FCC. You're thinking of the FTC.
Yes, exactly.
And you are correct.
Yes. Yes. Actually, say that again.
No, I'm not. No. You think I'm stupid? You think I'm like all your other guests? All right, I'm gonna say it. Well, I'm gonna say it one time. I was wrong, and you were right.
All right, yeah.
You can take that with you to the grave.
That's
to the grave.
Awesome.
I've said that to about 3 people ever, and 2 of those instances were at the instruction of a judge. So congratulations.
I'm sure this will be shown in a court one day.
Possibly by Dave Rubin.
Yeah. Laura, Alex, somebody's about to get mad.
Here's hoping. I hope they show the episode in full, because after watching us and seeing how delightful and charming we are, who would convict?
Of course.
Who would convict? Nobody. What do you? Okay, we're Alex Stein, judgment for the plaintiff. Wins $1. That's what they would do. They'd give him $1. Look at that handsome young man.
Oh my God!
That handsome young man cut down in his prime
by Grandma Death.
You know, we've got to post on YouTube the complete accounting that we have done this evening of the murder in the bloodline, the Stein bloodline. What does it mean? Well, it's a cursed tribe, isn't it? It's a dangerous legacy.
Well, I posted on Twitter a little bit ago. I actually took a screenshot of this we're looking at right now.
Look, she's Shapiro height. Look, she's 5'3".
Yeah, it's Ethan Ralph actually.
She's 1.1 Shapiros.
I made a tweet. You know those stupid tweets you see all the time, those spam things where it's like grim reality. And then it's just some news story about someone dying or something. I made one about Betty Minyard Stein where it was grim. Grim reality. Did you know this is America's oldest school shooter at 65 years old? And then I just gave the entire actual story, and of course managed to slip Alex Stein in there as well. I gotta send that.
I love that. Speaking of, can I share my screen on this tranny pedophile app?
I think there's a way to do it. There must be a way to do it, or else how do the trannies and pedophiles share their CP collections?
I'm just gonna send you this graphic because we're talking about height. I made an infographic about the heights of all of your favorite conservative influencers, and I'm gonna show it to you now.
Okay, I love this.
No, I think it's important. I'm DMing it to you on the app.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Look, perhaps you could throw that up on screen for us.
Yeah.
Lovingly created by me, I just want to say. This is a guide to the height of all of your favorite conservative influencers.
Oh, it took me a second, man. Oh my God.
There's Milo Yiannopoulos standing at a cool 6'3". There's me looking heroic. That's fantastic. Nicholas J. Fuentes, who is 5'6". Very, very, very upsetting. I know he's 5'6" because he told me he was 5'9". And because I made a mark on the door behind him when he wasn't looking, and went back later with a seamstress's tape and measured it precisely, accounting for shoes, 5'6".
This is missing one thing though. Just one.
Is it? Yeah. You feel free to draw on it if you feel it's missing something.
Let me. Is this going to show up? Okay. How do I make that? What the heck? All right, hang on. I can actually do it like this. I think. I do have a way of telestrating here. Let me.
Is that what it's called? Is it called telestrating?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, while you're finding out, I'll continue to narrate the image.
Okay.
So next up, you'll see Ben Shapiro, who's coming in at a towering, teetering 5'8", just clipping Nicholas J. Fuentes there. And finally, on the right is, of course, Stephen Crowder in his favorite outfit, coming in at a lovely round 6 foot.
The Stephen Crowder one's what got me.
Thanks. Cheers,
right.
Thanks a lot.
What I believe this is missing is, why is this not working? There we go. Okay, I think I've got it now. Let's see. Can you see? Why is that not showing up? That is crazy. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Because what are you trying to show us?
Well, I'm trying to draw.
Are you trying to show us your height?
No. Well, yeah, I would have to. Okay, we can do that one too, actually. All right, let me.
I don't know. Are you a heroic towerer, or are you a manlet? What you strike me as somebody of a reasonable height.
Okay. Thank you very much for saying that. That's actually one of the most important things in my life to me, is that people understand that inherently about me. I'll show you. I'll show you what I got
kind of
here.
intuited that you were man height and not child height, like so many conservative influencers.
What we're missing here is Ethan Ralph. Who comes in?
Oh no, pigger tits.
Who comes in?
Poor pigger tits. You. No, I'm sorry. You're missing. No, you're missing. You're missing 4 folds.
No, he's only got 3 tits. I know it's strange, but he does have 3 tits.
Does he? He's like you would find him. I'm sorry, I'm going to out myself as a no. You'd find him in Mos Eisley, wouldn't you?
Yes.
The cantina in Star Wars. You would find it just behind the one with like the blop 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 blop. There'd be that, or you'd see him casting Princess Leia into the pit with the creature. Alternatively.
And then I would be. Let's see. I'd be right here. Here's me.
Really?
Okay. I'm 6'8".
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm 6'8", 270 pounds, and completely unstoppable.
You're completely unstoppable muscle. You see, you even draw yourself as a girl.
What? Well, I have long hair. What do you want me to do here?
Yeah, but look at the lines of Ralph.
I'm trying.
And then look at the svelte, tumbling tresses, and look at the shape. Look at the shape. You know, I see. You've given yourself bingo wings when you meant to give yourself biceps.
This is not my best work. I'll be honest.
I just think, like, most people drawing themselves, wanting to, give themselves a bit of flattery, would know. So, like, you've given yourself gigantic traps and then no biceps, giving the impression of bingo wings. You've given yourself a pear-shaped body instead of a V, which is another female trait. And then you've got these sort of tapering legs and giant pointy stilettos. To say nothing of this curious lipsticked smile you've got going. You've added rouge to your lips. You know what you've got going on here? You've got nude eye and big red lips.
You can't even see my eye. What are you fucking talking about here? Listen,
nude lips and a smoky eye.
I'll be honest. I was so hung up on trying to figure out if it was gay or to put myself next to you or Stephen Crowder.
You've drawn Crowder. You've drawn yourself as Lana Del Rey.
Okay, all right.
You have.
Fine. Listen, I admit this is not my best work.
I do want to communicate to you that I am greatly in awe of your circus height.
Thank you so much. That's all I want is for people to tell me I am big.
Well, I didn't quite say that, and fortunately for everybody, we'll never know. But no, you are heroically proportioned, if this were a movie about medieval warfare, you would be towards the end of the champions when they get to the good ones.
Do we want to keep going with Betty Minyard Stein, or do we get it and we should move on?
Stop now! Please, I want to hear more about Betty.
All right, let's go with it. It's silent here. I don't know what's going on.
And I think it's over with today.
No, it was just a thoughtful pause in the broadcast.
Oh yeah, a moment of silence for Betty's victims.
for the guy that shot himself skiing.
Lady had left the school and she'd gone out to the parking area in front of the school. This young man, Ward Huey III, drove up into the parking area, and she was standing there. And as he drove up, well, he's...
Wait, so she was... hang on a second. I did not realize this was part of the story. She was there already waiting for him. She was waiting for a victim to arrive. I was just going to say, she took any kid who showed. It was like anybody. It's just on site.
She wasn't going for anybody. She just wanted scalps.
Yes,
she just wanted death.
Exactly.
You'll see the same behavior in Alex Stein outside McDonald's at 5 a.m. Just waiting for the doors to open so that he can inhale 3 McGriddles before he heads to breakfast. It's that sort of quiet lurking that is a hallmark of Stein predators.
Yeah.
For some reason, decided to back out, and this time is...
There are so many predators named Stein. What's with that?
Well, don't make me say it on YouTube.
Well...
This is the time when she shot.
Okay, I think that's that one, and then let's go here.
To create her fortress. You must send me. You must send me this video because I've got to tweet it. I need this in my life.
I think you did tweet this one. I'm pretty sure. I know somebody did send you this. This is on YouTube.
Well, if I did, I don't remember. I just copied and pasted. There was a lot going on. Yeah. But just make sure I get this video.
Yeah, please. I will.
Betty Stein called it protection against the Highland Park High School students who had taunted her.
Literal mafioso. I mean, this bitch is hopped up on The Sopranos, right? Like, but Betty Stein called it protection. Others called it a shakedown. She's going from burger joint to pizza joint, saying you got my $100. You know, she's Betty Stein called it protection.
Well, she probably is not going to the burger joint. She's terrified of burgers. I mean, she's terrified
of burgers. Which is very anti-American, by the way. I have to tell you, Betty Stein called it protection is my new SMS tone. If you text me anytime in the next 6 weeks. From all my phones will all in a chorus. They will all simultaneously bellow. Betty Stein called it protection.
I wonder if the hamburger thing is why Alex Stein is now a vegan. You know.
Ooh, because he doesn't eat meat, and I was like, what a fag. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Ooh.
Imagine being these poor kids bringing a hamburger to a gunfight.
And it's his grandmother as well. So like all gay men raised by his grandmother. So he's like, oh, it's Betty's revenge.
Yeah.
It's Betty's revenge.
Well, you know, it's funny. I have a video of Alex from before he became a vegan. And it's specifically of him going to this burger joint and them giving him a bunch of burgers for free and him eating a ton of hamburgers. So there's like
Betty probably came to him in a dream.
There's conspiracies around Alex Stein. I don't know if you know about this. You know, he's got the red shoes. You know, the red shoe conspiracy. He's got the red pedophile shoes. He's got there's this weird thing.
No, there's nothing wrong with red shoes. I've got some red. I've got red crocodile loafers from Gucci, and I don't have sex.
I would throw them out if I was you. It's just in case.
No, they were $5,000. No,
they're $5,000 because they're made of child leather. Milo, please.
They're made of kids' cocks, like Dave Rubin's dreams.
Do you know how?
God!
Do you know how they harvest the skin too? Betty Minyard
Stein
they just
goes to Dave Rubin to go down on them, and they just take off the slack. Oh, God.
There's a lot of options. But anyway, there's a lot of conspiracies and shooter stuff with Alex Stein. And just to be clear, Alex Stein ran for the school board of this high school.
The one his grandmother shot up.
Yes. As like a big prank, as a big joke, he ran for public office.
Presumably his slogan for the campaign was "Shoot for the stars."
Yes.
And he I mean, what Betty began, Alex Stein was hoping to end, because as a member of the school board, of course, he would have had free reign of the school, and he could have finished them all off.
Yep. He actually had her cowboy hat on his dresser, and he would stare at it and go, "I will finish what you started."
I will avenge you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All these years as sport.
I pulled the trigger one time.
3 weeks ago, 30 years of anger and fear.
That's an even better SMS tone. I pulled the trigger one time.
That's enough times. I mean, listen, you're not hitting Columbine numbers. You're certainly not hitting Virginia Tech numbers with one time.
Oh my God.
But, one is pretty good.
I pulled the trigger one time.
Betty Stein allegedly shot a student at Highland Park High School. 18-year-old.
And when you hear Alex say triggered, he's talking about this.
He's talking about Betty.
Yeah.
He means Betty.
Yeah.
Huey. Witnesses say he was backing out of a parking space near her home. For that one shot, an indictment today charging Betty Stein with attempted murder.
Because I was defending myself. Not anybody else would defend me and help me and take care of me.
Students say toying with Betty.
She was lying in wait to shoot a child in the parking lot of a school. How is she defending herself?
Well, listen, some kid, I don't know if you understand this or not. There are kids out there. It's a roving gang of hamburger tossing white kids from the richest neighborhood in Dallas, Texas.
They were saying the most terrible things about how they wanted my body.
Did I mention I'm allergic to mustard? Because that's it's kind of deadly, you know.
Betty Stein harassing her blossomed into tradition at Highland Park High School.
It's like traditions, like having a great football team, having a pretty good basketball team,
and fucking with Betty Minyard Stein, that old bitch.
Messing with Betty Stein.
You know, I'm happy to be carrying on the great traditions of this fine educational establishment.
Exactly.
In giving Alex Stein almost as much shit as they gave his grandmother.
I mean, I've been making fun of Betty Minyard Stein for so long. They might as well make me like an honorary, graduate of Highland Park.
They should give us both honorary diplomas.
Yes.
After the shooting, in which Betty Stein allegedly had wounded Ward Huey, she told reporters she wasn't trying to kill anybody.
No, I didn't want to hit the boy.
Regardless, the Dallas County grand jury today issued its indictment, charging the University Park woman with attempted murder. Bob Siegel, Channel 5 News.
She didn't even know she hit him. She was just shooting wildly. You don't understand. It was a random chance shot.
That she'd been plotting and planning and lying in wait to... No, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I think she was a premeditated killer.
Yes.
I have no guilt feelings. I regret nothing.
These are not the things you're supposed... Don't go on the news and confess, and don't go to court and tell them you feel no remorse.
Betty is serving that outfit, though. Look at her. Yeah. This is. I have got to go to a party that Alex Stein is at, dressed as... No, I'm telling you, I've got look, let me show you something. I got those sunglasses. No, look, hang on, man. Where's
I think you wore them on Alex's show, actually.
Yeah, no, here they are. Look, I got the Fendi. Look, this under a hat. I got the outfit.
I've been trying for the past 2 years to get Alex to admit publicly that his grandma is a school shooter. I've done everything I can. He kept appearing on Fish Tank, that 24/7 live stream show. I've
never seen it. It seems so boring.
Well, I managed to prank call him while he was live on there. Thousands and thousands of people watching. He didn't know it was me. He thought I was some girl calling in. And I managed to get out just enough where I said, Alex Stein has a school. And then he hung up. I was so close.
He knew?
He knew. He knows my voice instantly. My whole thing with Alex, like I was on his old podcast years ago, Conspiracy Castle.
This is a blood feud.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be a guest on PodAwful. We were internet friendly or whatever, and you know who actually told him not to do it? The real cause behind all of this was there's this guy named Vito Giswaldi. He's Dick Masterson's co-host on who we should also talk about. But that guy, he and Alex are friends apparently. They knew each other from stand up or something like that, which neither of them are funny. And
I imagine that yes, of course, they're the people huddled at the back crying afterwards.
Yes, exactly. Vito told Alex not to go on my show because he said that he knew that I would be pranking Alex. Now, meanwhile, I just wanted Alex on as a guest the same way I have you on as a guest. I wasn't trying to do anything. So the entire story behind all of this is that Alex, the self-proclaimed king of trolls, was terrified of me, an internet troll. That's it.
I mean, I have to say, his pathetic response to Dick Masterson is live. He's got oh yeah, oh dear, oh yeah, Vito, oh yeah, guys, yeah. I've never seen his show, obviously, but I recognize that face. I have to say, Alex has put in such a poor performance so often in the thing he's supposedly king of the world at. His inability to manage me and to command his own show when all I was doing was just being impish, really,
right,
was eye-opening for me, just in how completely incompetent and useless he was.
Yes, that's exactly how I felt when he last minute bailed on last minute, by the way. The whole
what kind of a person would no show PodAwful?
Well, here's the thing, though. This was the day before Alex had his AOC moment. Okay.
Oh, so he probably thinks it's the best movie ever made.
Well, in some ways, probably yes, but you got to realize he wasn't that famous then. Is the point? So, him blowing off my show, it's like
he wasn't. Let me correct you. He wasn't famous at all.
Right.
Nobody in the real world had heard of him.
Right, and so he had a few viral videos, but yes, for the most part, nobody knew who he was until that AOC thing. This was the day before, and it was 15 minutes before the show where it was.
What a bitch! If you're gonna ghost, at least don't respond and do what I do. At least don't tweet for a couple of hours beforehand if you know you're going to ghost somebody, so they could at least guess that you had an accident. Give yourself the benefit of something. I'm not saying that I'm experienced at this at all, but at least do someone the courtesy of being able to speculate, to save face with their own viewers as a courtesy, as a kindness, to just say, I noticed he hasn't tweeted for an hour, and he's like, I hope nothing's happened. We wish you well, Alex. Anyway, let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. And our prayers are with him, and we hope to hear from him soon. At least give the host the ability to do that,
exactly.
Rather than be merrily tweeting away. Oh yeah, he's classic for that. Rather than just be merrily tweeting away like a bastard.
Well, I had the particular misfortune of the whole show is kind of riding on him being there, because in reality, I wasn't.
That's right. Who would expect you to be able to carry, an hour without preparation? I mean, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, I did it at the beginning of this episode, but
how long was that? How long did I keep you waiting? 40 minutes?
That was 40 minutes, which is what you told me. So it was exact. You nailed it.
You see, when I'm late, I'm spectacularly late, but I'm a man of my word. I'm as late as I say I'll be.
Exactly. You were late just on time. So
now I feel I should have left it a bit longer.
So
I could have had a couple more lemon drop martinis.
The irony with Alex was that I wasn't pranking him. He was going to prank someone else with me on the show. That was the entire bit, was him coming on.
But such was his fear of being outclassed and of being taken by surprise, because he knew that he wouldn't be able to roll with the punches and survive the experience. Such was his cowardice and his knowledge of his own uselessness that he ghosted like a bitch.
Exactly. And I lost all respect for him in that moment. I realized this dude is afraid.
Did you not lose respect for him on a previous occasion when, for instance, you saw him do comedy? Or lose respect for him on a previous occasion when, for instance, you heard him talk?
It's my great, great shame that I didn't see this stuff for what it was ahead of time.
We are none of us perfect. We're none of us perfect. And you know better now.
Exactly. I've learned a valuable lesson. But after that moment, I did become his biggest troll and ruined his life. I mean, on that episode.
Are you an A-log, darling? Are you an A-log?
I would say I'm I'm 2 logs, maybe 3 logs. I'm more logs than you could possibly.
Yeah, that was Alex Stein tier, wasn't it? God dear.
Well, I don't like using these terms. I don't like that term A-log. I was trying to make a joke of it because I hate that term. Because
let's skim past it. No, I I don't see. When I was offline for like 8 years, I was really offline. Like, I don't know anything that happened. I don't know the lore. I don't know like why Red Scare exists. I don't know anything. I don't know who listens to that. Yeah, there are shows and people who are like products of COVID who could only exist thanks to lockdowns. You know, like I don't know the lore of any of these things. I don't know who these people are or anything about them.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot of this stuff. And I returned to the internet to discover all these new terms and new people. I mean, I came back to the internet to discover James Lindsay had 500,000 people following him, listening to his pronouncements on the state of conservatism. I mean, my God. I just, you know, it was in that moment when I discovered that in my absence, people like James Lindsay had been elevated, that I realized I had a responsibility to return.
What actually, you know, I was thinking about this. What prompted you going on Alex's show? Like, what? How did that?
I wanted to do what I did.
Oh, okay. So, did you ask to go on, or did he ask you? Or
no, I waited until I'd been invited by another show because I knew he'd never invite me because he's a coward. He told me he was going to invite me like 3 times and then never did, which is a classic Alex move.
That's right. I forgot you were supposed to be on other Blaze shows, and then you.
So I waited until I was invited on another Blaze show, and then I said, "Oh well, of course I'll come." But you know, I went to stay anywhere, and I don't fly coach. I mean, true, but I just said, so if you're going to spend all that money on getting me down, why don't you book me on a couple of shows? See who else wants me. And of course, then Alex couldn't say no. Right. So then I made sure that Alex was the first show that I did, and got everything I wanted, and then flew home.
Okay, that actually adds up. That makes a lot of sense. Well, so I very much relate to exactly the way you felt about losing respect for him in that moment. So I literally went through all of that stuff. I just happened to go through it before anyone had ever even really heard of Alex Stein. And then he, and this is crazy, threatened to sue me for making fun of him.
Are you serious?
100%.
The king troll threatened to sue.
He threatened to sue me, and he threatened to send, you know, he's a bounty hunter. He's like a licensed bail bondsman.
Did he threaten to send someone to beat you up?
He threatened to send bounty hunters to my parents' home. I'm a grown man. He threatened to send bounty hunters to my parents' house, and then I had to live in fear that Boba Fett was going to fucking arrest my dad or some shit. So, this is real. This is I've shown the screenshots many times. We've done the episodes about it, but
this is insane.
Yeah, the Mr. Biggest Troll ever. Which, by the way, can we just say this? Yelling sexual harassment slurs at AOC is not a troll. Saying you like a lady's butt is what a construction worker does. Like, that's not exactly, you didn't trick anybody with that. AOC wasn't walking along thinking, probably nobody's liking my butt right now. And then all of a sudden you really fucking got her. There's nothing.
Well,
there's nothing trickery.
I can see he's intruded on your psyche for some time.
Yeah, well, listen, I would not. I don't hate Alex. I don't even. I wouldn't.
I've got to stop you. Let's change the subject, because I don't hate Alex is one of those intros where you know you're going to be here for 2 hours, and I don't know if I've got that long left in life.
Oh,
I get it.
All I was going to say is I don't hate Alex, but I do wish he died.
Oh dear. Okay. I really fucked that up for you, didn't I? That punchline. No, there are people. It's against my faith to pray for people to be dead, which doesn't mean that I don't do it ever.
We all make mistakes.
I don't. But there are people. I think the world would be improved by the absence of, and certainly you're a nice guy, and I would like you to be happy, and I think it would increase to some total of human happiness if Alex were to be hit by a train. I think it would. I think he exists in that category of sort of Nick Fuentes and a couple of other people who just everybody would be better off if they just weren't.
Right. And Nick Fuentes is gay, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why was he in that? Why was he in that group chat with Pariah the doll and all these other trans?
Why do you think?
Okay.
So I stole his troon.
Yeah, I've seen. What is going on with that? What is the deal? Because
just to be a shit, and then not, and then after that, I actually kind of quite liked. The person in question is actually quite a gifted musician and a devout Catholic, and so in order to. I would say, I was joking to myself, the ultimate expression of BDE is going to be like steal his troon and then detransition him, just to show that I have absolute mastery over the object of your affection. That in fact has happened, but I've signed Pride of the Doll as to my firm because I in fact determined that Miles Yardley, which is the name of this person.
I was going to say, now that they're detransitioning, do we call him just like Jeff or something? What is it?
Greg, Bob.
Yeah.
Back to the name his mother gave him, and he is living in accordance with God's wishes for himself. He allowed me to cut off all his hair. We shaved his head.
I saw that.
And he's living now according to God's wishes. And what started off as a troll to irritate Nick Fuentes has actually ended in something that could really, have profoundly and lastingly good consequences, not just for this person's career, but for their immortal soul. So it's had and nothing annoys Nick Fuentes more. So it's been a win all around, really.
Yeah. When it comes to Nick, the gunman who showed up to his house, what's your take on that?
They did it themselves. They staged it. It's bullshit. Look, it's classic Ali Alexander, the pedophile funder and ultimate architect of America First, to pull this kind of a stunt. Remember that immediately prior to that, Nick Fuentes was the internet's biggest lolcow for like 24 hours.
Right.
Everybody was shitting on Nick Fuentes for like 2 days. They needed to do something to break it up, make him sympathetic, have everybody come back. Oh, well, I know we were joking, but this is unacceptable. It is classic Ali Alexander to pull a move like this.
I mean, I
don't believe a word of it.
Wait, you don't believe the gunman even murdered those 3 people?
Look, I haven't looked into the police reports do not support Nick's version of events at all. I don't know what the truth of that situation is. It does seem like some people died, yes. I wouldn't put it past any America First supporter not to just lose their shit, go to the wrong house and accidentally kill people, and then finally come up to Nick's house where they were supposed to be in the first place and just kind of call out for Nick and then fuck off. I don't know what happened, but I suspected something more like that.
The guy does have Groyper phenotype.
100%.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I've lived for many years now, according to the maxim of just assume the opposite of whatever Nick says is true, and that has never failed me before.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because there was, when you watch the video, I was theorizing that the guy was like Nick's boyfriend or something, coming to find a place to hide after committing the murders.
Ooh, I like that. That could be it too.
That it's really good, but there is this other thing where his whole the whole crux of what he claims that this guy was there to murder him.
If you talk about his boyfriend, if you're going to talk about his boyfriend, you shouldn't immediately segue into his hole.
Good point. But with and by the way, like 3 people died and fucking Queen Nick made it about himself.
The other thing that I think might have happened.
Yeah.
Lots of things don't add up, and Nick's version of events doesn't really exactly match the police report. Like, I don't really think any of it, and we haven't heard anything about it since. The wording of his his immediate entreaty for money struck me as very peculiar. He used the word, help me defray the costs of security. That is not a Nick Fuentes word. That stuck out like a sore thumb to me. That was like a major red flag for me. I've known Nick for years. I was his mentor for years. Much to my shame and chagrin now, but I've never heard Nick use the word defray. That's like the kind of word I would say. That's
right.
That's a legalistic accounting fag word. And that made me wonder whether that statement had been drafted by somebody else, possibly in advance. And I just had to wonder, like, is it something that happened nearby that Nick then took advantage of? Like, before the bodies were even cold, was he trying to make out like the guy was coming for him?
Well, that is what he's saying, but he has video of the guy at his house.
Yeah, but why did the guy successfully kill other people but didn't manage to? I mean, like if he's got a gun in his hand, you could just shoot the lock off and get in and shoot him. Like
this is what I've been saying. I've been saying from the beginning he
murdered
respected
three
the
people
lock.
and 3 people and a dog. Like he murdered 3 people, and then when he got to Nick's house, 2 dogs. And I mean, okay, fine. It can't be a Groyper because it sounds like it was a good shot. But he goes to Nick's and he's dissuaded by the fact that Nick doesn't answer the door within 4.5 minutes. But at the other house, he's like killed 3 people and 2 dogs. But he was really on the way for Nick Fuentes. Except he just doesn't bother to actually kill him. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I am not buying it.
Yeah. When you're an assassin, you typically don't respect locks. And
I was very offended by any sort of suggestion that I might have had something to do with sending that assassin, which Groypers did suggest, because my guy would not have failed.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Now, I'm just telling you.
Now, I made a sort of a critical error by accident, where the day that it was discovered that this had happened, where 2 hours before Nick had tweeted anything out, that was the day of Nick's court, what was supposed to be his court appearance for the pepper spray assault. And
yes, that lovely old lady.
Yes, you recall. So I had asked some henchmen of mine to go to the court with a sign to make fun of Nick, and because I assumed there'd be protesters there, and to scatter them wearing masks in the crowd and holding these horrible signs that make them look.
No, I think that's okay.
Crazy. And the sign said, I will rape Nick Fuentes. And then the other side said, Nick's body, my choice.
I like that. That's
now,
good.
But here's what happened. Here's a problem. So it's 2 hours before anybody knows the gunman was there. And my henchman went out there and he said, nobody's there. It turns out Nick's not going to the court. He's appearing through Zoom. Nobody's here. So on his own, he decided to go to Nick's house. So I had a guy in a ski mask outside of Nick's house saying, I'm going to rape Nick Fuentes. While cops were there interviewing him about a gunman coming to his house to murder him.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, it kind of. And here's the worst part. I then released the video. We still didn't know about the gunman. I then released the video about an hour before Nick announced this. And so an hour later, everyone thought that I sent a gunman to his house to rape him.
I would have owned it, man. I would have owned it. I would have just said, you know what, I did, and in the event, someone else beat me to it. Well, you could have said, look, I'm not the only person who is sending assailants to Nick Fuentes' house.
Yeah.
And look, here's the good news: my guy was only going to rape him. The other guy was going to kill him.
Exactly. On the pecking order of bad,
I'll show you. I had 2 of these made. At the courthouse, I had somebody at the courthouse too. Maybe they went home with your friend. At the courthouse, where is it? Oh, it's here. At the courthouse, I had somebody waiting to give Nick this. I had another one made because I like electronics. It's the You're a Star. You're a Star. Triangle of Sadness Awards. Because he's got this like horrible like Mexican jowl now, Here, look. I don't know if you can read it behind it.
It's hard because it's transparent.
Yes. Thanks. I can tell. Can we see it now? No, not really.
A little bit. No, I can see it. That's fine.
No. Let me do it properly. Let me find something.
God.
Let's just stop it. All right, this is it. This is inside the mind of a conservative movement's most brilliant thinker. This is what it's like. Let me find something for you.
Well, you got to have something somewhere. There's like a million things around.
Oh, here, look. Let's do it on here. Look.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, these are the shoes. Look. They're not in here. What the hell? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Look.
Oh my, yeah, you got to get rid of those. Those look like something the Pope would wear. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know you're Catholic, but sometimes that's a bad thing.
All right, mate. Okay. Anyway, look. This is the shoes. Okay, look. Here, look. Watch this be too light a color of pink. Oh, fuck off!
I could see it. Just
wait.
There you go.
It's the You're a Star, because he has always wanted to be. You're a Star, the Triangle of Sadness Awards, Nicholas J. Fuentes, 2024 Laughing Stock. So, in the event, because he didn't get this is called the Adonis, by the way. This is it's like I spend my whole life like just making fun of people and being ridiculous. So you walk into my room at any one point, you will find styrofoam heads. God knows what that was for. Wolves. Look, there's Theodore. This is Theodore.
This is horrifying.
No, this is because I'm training my cats. You see, I'm training my cats not to be afraid of the coyotes outside. So I come up and I go, and the cats just go. They just run, you know. Anyway, so
it's amazing how you managed to make your place look gay without all the colored lights.
Well, yeah. Honestly, it's quite faggy already. I mean, look at this bathtub.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. It's quite.
It's opulent.
It is. It's sort of Greek opulent, you know, like sort of messy plastic bags everywhere. I mean, so like Greek people will live in like a $14 million house, but they'll have like $49 spectacles and steel bin bags from the neighbors, you know.
Yeah.
So we're thrifty. Anyway, so how do I turn that back around again?
There's like a button. Oh, just
sorry,
one
I don't
time.
use the stat because it is for trannies and pedophiles.
Of course.
No, so anyway, a second version of that was delivered to his front door. So he's in possession of the Triangle of Sadness. Do you know what the Triangle of Sadness is?
Is it the this thing here?
Yeah. It's sort of like the ugly Mexican face shape, you know.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah. No, it's a sort of like it's a profile thing. Anyway, so
I see. Yeah.
After the those unfortunate mug shots, which were very sad. We did award him the 2024 Laughing Stock Award from the Triangle of Sadness Awards. We did.
I don't know if you saw the video of his front stoop there, but he got the package, but he's leaving all of his packages out on the front stoop. He's not opening them. It's literally a pile of Amazon packages and so on outside of his front door.
So somebody I am very disappointed with, somebody of course that I disavow entirely, who is on my payroll, goes through his trash from time to time, and
How does that sound worse than sending a man in a ski mask with a sign claiming he's going to rape a guy?
Because it's creepy and weird. But I'll tell you something. Is that when Nick found out that somebody was going through his trash, he started getting one of his groypers to go and pick up his rubbish twice a week. So now, every week, twice a week, somebody pulls up to Nick's front door. I've got footage of this. I haven't released it yet. And he hands them at the front door. He hands them his trash. And they drive away. And the only thing in the bins out the back of Nick Fuentes' house are flattened Amazon boxes. Everything else, the letters, the food, every other kind of refuse is taken away by hand by a Groyper volunteer in Illinois because Nick is frightened of people going through his trash. What's he got to hide? Lube wrappers. I mean, who knows? But I thought your viewers would be interested in that little tidbit.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating, and I will also be sending people to go through his trash, be assaulting the guy who comes to pick it up and pick through it. Now,
I hope that our respective assistants don't start fighting over his trash.
That's a good point. Maybe we should sort of coordinate on this and.
I feel there should be a Slack group in which we, you can have Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will have Mondays and Fridays.
Well, only one day is trash pickup day though, so we're going to have to.
What's the biggest trash pickup day?
Probably Friday. I don't know.
Wouldn't know. I just sort of drop things on the floor and the next day they're not there. I don't really know what happens. I'll explain. No, that sounds stupid, but I'll explain. Look, I live in this ridiculous house. The people around us do these things, But
let's get
there's quite a lot of it, and people just sort of take care of things, you know.
Definitely give as much
someone in
of
there
your,
doing something.
Definitely give as much of your floor plan as humanly possible here.
Well, actually, you can't find it. This is my office. This is my office. You see, I've got my.
Can we take a look at the kitchen sink? I want to see how that's doing.
You want to see my kitchen sink?
Yeah, if we could just take a quick look at that, just see how deep it is, and is it a double? Is it a double?
No, you can see my kitchen sink.
Does it have features? Hey, Miles.
How do you know who that is?
What's up? I could tell.
There's one of them. There's another one.
Who's that?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, hi. I'm Jesse from PodAwful. Hi.
What's up?
Here, look. Wait, we'll talk to Miles for a little bit because I want to pour myself a drink.
Hey, what's up? Congrats on detransitioning and all that stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you gonna still go by Pariah the doll?
I haven't thought about it. I think so. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I was confused at first. I was like, do we still say that, or do we just, I didn't know your name yet.
Well, that was never my name. I never like walked around.
Returning to the name his mother gave him.
Pariah was never my name. That was just like a screen name.
Do you know who Keffels is?
I've heard that name.
Keffels is like a trans Twitch streamer. I started a whole hashtag movement one time to try to forcefully detransition Keffels.
You weren't as successful as Milo?
No, I was nowhere near as successful as Milo. So, not a shaved head, nothing. If you have any tips. Oh, I think we lost him. Uh-oh.
Were you being a bitch? I tried to start a movement. Yeah, I never heard of that.
It's awful.
All right, let's stop show. Right, thanks very much. Thanks for having that. All right, cheers.
What are you eating?
Anyway.
Wait, I didn't see the sink.
You did.
No, there was a hand off. I got distracted.
All right, I'll show you my sink.
We can take a look at how. Oh fuck. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. That looks like where you wash a child before sacrificing it.
or Muslim ablutions, you know?
Yes, yeah, foot bath. Oh my God.
No, that's not. This is.
Okay, all right, you win. Never mind. I guess I should have known, considering where you live.
Yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah, I do, don't I?
You do. Wait, that's Dove Charney's house?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, this is Supermodel. It's that guy.
Hi, Cat.
It's that guy. Boy. Oh, look. He wants to be. Look, he does that when he's feeling cute. Feeling cute might delete later. Is that what's going on right now? Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, the Nick Fuentes. So the his whole thing with that gunman is that it kind of rides on the fact that the guy in the video at one point does say, "Yo, Nick," as if he knows who lives there. But the thing that's been pointed out since then is right before he does that, he looks at the giant pile of mail, which would have his name on it.
Yes, he does.
You know what I mean?
There's no evidence he knew. Yes. There's no evidence he knew whose house that was.
Exactly. And a bunch of dummies, a bunch of groypers then came at me and said, well, that's stupid because it would say Nicholas on the package. Why would he say Nick? As if you can't. As if you can't do the math on that and figure out that it's Nick. But think about this. It's a big pile of mail that he's not opening. He got doxxed. People are sending him packages, and that's why he's not opening them. And if people are sending him packages, they're not going to put Nicholas Fuentes on there. They're going to put Nick Fuentes on there. So he's just reading the name. I would say if it's not Nick's boyfriend, it is a complete stranger who picked the house at random. And from what I understand, the guy lives about 10 minutes down the same street, basically.
Bro, that's just some nigga.
It's just some
That's
nigga.
Nobody.
I've been saying it for a while now. It's just some nigga.
Oh, my goodness. I hope you've been saying it just like that.
Well, I've been using an R when I say it, but
Well, I do have the credentials to say it, but I like to use it sparingly.
Yeah.
And I like to use it only when required, and I like to use it exclusively on white people because it is funnier.
Well,
just sort of turn to someone and on the omnibus or on a train or on a plane in first class, you just say, "Good morning, nigger. Would you like a drink?" Just like it's something that strikes shock and horror and awe into the hearts of the liberal mind. And so if you find someone who's, first class on planes now is exclusively populated by Democrats because it's all of the kind of anxious middle lawyers, doctors, teachers. It's all the people who hate Trump are in first class now. And so you can say almost anything and the whole cabin will go, it's good fun. It's good fun.
Probably just you showing up is enough, but
it does happen.
I'm not sure they're even that shocked by the N-word at that point. No, I'm allowed to say it. I don't have the Kanye hood pass or whatever. But I don't know if you know this. White people invented the word, so we're just allowed to say it. It's our word, actually.
Yes, I mean, for it to be reclaimed, there must be some sort of handover of ownership, and I don't recall giving it to them.
We didn't give it up. We never gave it up. And I'm from the South too. I'm from the capital of the Confederacy, so
where they never give anything up. They never give anything up. They still on this. They still on this.
The South will rise again, is all I'm saying. But anyway, so
the first thing that told me that Nick Fuentes was a fraud was his contempt for the South. His complete disgust and contempt for the South, and his constantly going on about rednecks and hillbillies and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh, you're actually just a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, this little guy needs some attention.
Yeah, he hates anybody. He hates anybody that's not a twink shorter than him. Seems to be the main capital of groypers. Oh, we lost him again. We're moving around.
Come on, boy. Let's sit on your favorite shelf, okay?
Cutting out a little bit. Give you a second.
Sorry.
It's all right.
He likes to be up high, but he doesn't know how to get up there, and he complains when he can't get up there. Isn't he beautiful? Look at this boy. Now behave. Don't yell when I'm on the phone. Okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the toxoplasmosis has taken over, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, they get kind of emotionally attached to the cat. So I'm like, yeah, it's I got worms in the brain. I know it too.
It's definitely there. There's some sort of parasite lurking around in there. Maybe feline AIDS or something as well.
Look how beautiful he is. Look at him.
See,
yeah, it's there. Normal. It's there. I got it. Do you want to get down, buddy?
Maybe add that to the formula of your what was it called? Gay purge.
Gay purge. Thank you for remembering that.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on, boy. You're making an awful fuss.
Let's do this. You got into a fight with Ethan Ralph.
What are you doing? You see, he's straighter than I. He's straighter than I am. Rubbing himself against this woman and her copious boobs. He's a ladies' man. Sorry, I'm still talking about my cat. What's wrong with me?
I'm not super impressed when you say straighter than you are. It's a low bar, really.
All right, bro. Okay, bro.
So you got into a little thing with Ethan Ralph here recently. What the fuck happened with that?
When protégés fail, and Ethan, was always my least promising protégé. But I loved him still. It's kind of like when you just feel sort of. You just feel so connected to the. It's not funny. They're very smart. They're very smart, and he knows I'm trying to have a conversation. Oi, go talk to your sister. What?
If it was a dog, Ethan could hang it for you.
It's.
You ever consider that?
Maybe that's why I become a cat person. Look, I have great, profound, sincere fondness for him. That is not a joke. That is not a silliness. because I see the good and the brilliant in him, and it is in there. He's the funny thing about Ralph, the reason he's endured so long. Someone just texted me. It's because I gave your cat my drugs.
Are they watching?
No, while we were talking, someone's just texted me. It's because I gave your cat my drugs.
I guess they're watching right now. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Okay.
people are terrifying. No, I have sincere love for Ralph, and I probably should leave it there because I really do. Hello.
No, I was just saying maybe don't leave it there.
I'm sorry,
Maybe-
there's someone calling me, and I was trying to reject it, and I thought I might have.
Oh, no, we're here.
People have been calling the whole time. Look, I sincerely do love the guy, and I wish the best for him. And
his pigger tits.
I'm talking about pigger tits, yes.
I'm saying, and you wish the best for his pigger tits as well.
All three of them.
These babies right here.
All three. Yeah, all three of them. Did you see the? Did you see the? Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy you have extreme fondness for.
Jarvis, enhance.
Yeah. Let's take a real hard look here. What exactly is going on there? Why does he have three tits?
Jarvis, can you zoom in on that left tit, please?
Yeah. Well, is that the back or the front? Oh, no, that is still the front somehow.
Do you know what's frightening when you can't tell which is the back and which is the front?
Yeah, that's...
oh, God. Oh, you weren't kidding, were you? You weren't kidding.
I thought it was a black woman's back for a second.
Oh, well, if it...
Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops, I fucked up. Sorry, hang on a second.
What did you do? What did you do?
No,
what did you expose?
I messed up the cameras.
You said whoop like you just accidentally revealed your desktop and your like porn collection.
I promise.
It wasn't that serious, bro.
No. I promise if I ever accidentally reveal my desktop, it won't be anything like Nick Fuentes' search history or
or influencers who have like tweet botting and engagement stuff in their recent history. It's like, bro, just log into a different account. Like, just use your Switch before you go live, you dumb bitch.
I would hope if I was botting anything that I'd have bigger numbers than this. That'd be scary.
Look,
so what is this? What is this thing? What is this thing we're looking at here?
Well, this, you're trying to trick me and trying to get me to say something. Let me finish.
No, wait,
You're trying to get me to say something horrible about Ralph by showing me a photograph of the surface of Mars, and you are trying.
You literally stole the joke. I was literally going to say this looks like Elon Musk's wet dream. Like he's going to land on this.
This is the first view from Atlantean 11, the Mars colonization rocket approaching the red planet in the year of our Lord 2032.
Guys, everybody watching, make sure you tweet at the Ralph Retort right now. Let him know.
Don't. And if you do that, tell him I love him.
Let him know that Milo is on, and Milo thinks he should be removed from the Gamergate Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I never said that, and I never would.
All right,
you take that back.
I won't. Take that back. All right. Then tell me this. I will take it back if you admit that they should, at the very least, carve 3 tits into the Mount Rushmore.
I believe art should reflect reality, and therefore, under the skull and its magnificent, glorious crown, I could see myself voting for 3 tits.
Because don't you think it's kind of inappropriate to leave it the skull rather than, having carved it into his face and then carved it into his...
I've said all I'm going to say on this subject. I'm not going to be drawn any further on it. Thank you. Thank you. I've got to get to a meeting, but I've said all I have to say on this subject. Thank you.
What about the stretch marks on the right tit?
No, I'm not going to do any more of this. The stretch marks are there because he lost so much weight, for which he should be applauded.
No, those are there because he gained breasts so quickly as a child.
Oh no! Stop! Come on,
can't blame. Look, Nikocado Avocado looks fine now. So what's the fucking excuse here?
Stop. Look, you're never going to get me to say anything bad about a man I love.
You already did all over your Twitter timeline.
Now, well, okay, yeah, but that is a family dispute.
Here's all I'm trying to do is get you to do it here on my show instead.
If you've been watching lately on anybody's Twitter feed, you too will have noticed that Ethan Ralph, 1985 to 2025, an internet host of ill repute, gone too soon, has passed away from us. And although Ralph was the king of the kill stream, he could never kill the love in our hearts for one of the internet's most colorful characters in the last 20 years.
True.
Ralph, who died at the age of 38 whilst looking 68, leaves us with a legacy of absolutely nothing. But we did have some fun along the way, whether it was him sticking up for Ali Alexander because the latter claimed that he got his Twitter account back, or starting fights with me, the only person who's ever been nice to him in his life.
This is why I want to talk about it. It's like bizarre to me. You were still on his side, and then out of nowhere, I mean, he fucking sideswipes you.
I'm not gonna talk about Ralph anymore because I love him too much, and it hurts too much. It's too painful. I think I've given you your pound of flesh, you butcher.
I think Ralph gave us several pounds of flesh. I don't think we really needed it.
I hate you. Except to say that I am, as I explained earlier in the program, I am one of life's givers. And when I started popping off in 2015, all I have ever done is try to lift people up with me. The only person that sadly I couldn't lift is...
Why is he covered in bed bug bites?
No, just stop it. You've got me to be so mean about somebody I like so much.
Well,
I am not doing this anymore. I command you.
I'm just confused.
I demand that you change the subject.
Can I just say this? I legitimately have always said that I think I agree with you that Ethan Ralph is one of the major entertaining characters of the internet.
And let me tell you something about Ralph. Yes, he may be an opioid addict. He may be a drama queen. He may be all manner of other things that
smelly, stinky.
I knew you were going to add a list. That was not. I'll just demonstrate my straight credentials to you right now. That was not an alley oops. I was not finished. Are you proud of me for knowing what that is?
Yeah.
I am.
Except for the part where you said
you don't know what it is either, do you? Long-haired dork.
Except for the part where you said alley oops instead of alley oop. Fucking fag. Yeah.
Alley. No, let's.
I was going to let you slide on that one, and then you had to do the long hair.
And then you had to say, "Are you proud of me?" Yeah. You see, I always say, look. I have tried to lift everybody up as best I can, and not everybody wants to be lifted, and not everybody.
What do you have, a forklift? Jesus Christ! What are you going to do?
Stop.
Calling a backhoe?
Stop. But I will say this about Ralph. A troubled man, a complicated man, a man with many sides, many issues, and many dimensions to him. Ralph, nonetheless.
Mostly width.
You're funny. I should have let you talk more. Stop. At his best, at his sharpest, at his most insightful, when he's... Can you please take that video off the screen, please?
Just so people know who we're talking about.
I'm trying to pay him a compliment, and all I can see on screen is...
Well, I want people to know how sharp he is.
Why is the surface of Mars rippling? Why is Mars deflating? No, stop. I want your viewers to know something which is true. At his best and at his sharpest, when he's really on, Ralph is capable of great depth and insight, and occasionally, not occasionally really, I mean, when he's on, he does it regularly. These flashes of brilliance. But stop, take the video off, take it off.
You said flashes. So
flashes. Stop it. Take it off. I'm not looking at it.
Let me just ask you one quick question though. Do you think it would?
No. Just wait. Ralph has two qualities which I really like in people.
Looks like he's got three qualities.
Stop so much. Stop. You are at your most brilliant on the subject of Ralph. You should be a Ralph A-log, not an Alex Stein A-log, where there's just no material to work with because he's so fucking boring. I just want to say, Ralph has two qualities I really do love in people. One is that he is, when he's on and he's really on, he is brilliant, regularly brilliant. In the insights that he draws and the things that he knows that you don't expect him to know, like he knows about art and literature, like nobody that comes on the kill stream with the possible exception like me, knows that, say he can talk about composers, he can talk about novelists, like he knows stuff, right? It's all in there. And the second thing is,
and hamburgers and tacos probably too.
We got to stop. We got to stop this because this is turning into like a we should podcast this like full time because you're funny. Stop. He also has a great love of mischief, and he's when he's on and he's good, he is so much fun.
Ask any female cop. The dude loves mischief. He's one of the most. He's a merrymaker. He's. He's a criminal mischief, but it's still mischief.
It's not rare I watch it. It's not rare that I appear on a show, having obviously never seen an episode, and think to myself, I really got to start watching this guy. But you have accomplished that this evening.
Thank you. Now, what do you think? Do you think it'd fucking hurt if you motorboated him?
I'm gonna leave if you keep doing this to my voice.
I've got questions, man. Listen, look, I was friends with Ethan. I was friends with Ethan for a long time, and so I feel the exact same way you do about all of this.
Look, your creditably curious mind will have to be satisfied completely on another occasion because it seems to me that Ralph is going through a little bit of a substance thing at the moment. I don't want to kick a guy when he's down. He's seen his kids this weekend. I'm going to be really serious with you, just as a matter of Christian charity. Like I don't want to beat up on the guy anymore.
I 100% agree with that. I'm a guy who's never done any drugs or anything ever. I'm extremely against all that stuff.
You've got your psychedelic set to set you off.
Yes, exactly. I'm never for anybody going through that kind of thing. I actually do feel bad for him. I did an episode one time where everybody was claiming that he was drunk or on drugs, and he was claiming he was sober.
Everybody says I'm high all the time.
Right.
Every comment to every Twitter post that I have.
Well, it's the Adderall. I think it's the Adderall tweaking.
But I don't, because people who actually need Adderall, they get calm on it. They get quiet. If I do, listen, I'm not going to admit to doing illegal drugs on your show, except I will say I did used to do a lot of cocaine. And because I am actually ADD, when I do cocaine, I get quiet. I get chill. I don't fidget anymore. Like, I'm a fucking tweaker naturally. That's my natural disposition. I'm like, your viewers have seen me like jumping all over the place this whole show because I'm stone cold sober. Well, 2 cocktails, but this is how I just naturally am.
I can believe that. I definitely know people like that. Yeah.
No, and I'm just like this. And I've always been like this. If I pop a couple of Adderall, I get quiet and focused, and I'm like, I don't act like this. Well, I'm not fidgety. I'm not freaking out.
See, that's the thing I'm saying is Ethan's kind of the same way. He's the same way in that when he's normally such a subdued guy, you would know if he was actually on drugs or on anything, because when he takes drugs, it would make him crazy. But you see him here, he's literally falling asleep in his chair, falling over into a big, what sounds like a cartoon sound effect of beer bottles clanging everywhere. His feet,
I think it's
his feet flying up in the air and his shoes flying off of him and everything. There's actually like a
stop it. We said we weren't going to do that anymore.
That literally, I'm describing an actual event that happened.
His shoes came off, like Bugs Bunny or something.
Yes, this is a video. You can look it up. This is a real thing. But no, I feel there if he, because he's got these bite marks all over him or something. People are saying it's bed bugs, but maybe it's. No, I'm saying I feel bad for him. I want him to be sober as a judge.
I just, you never know what people have been through and
everybody knows exactly what Ethan Ralph has been. It broadcasts it all. The wife and the kid.
I'm talking about his childhood, bro.
I've seen him shove his thumb up a girl's butthole. Like, I know what he's been through.
I myself have not. I'm pleased to say, but look,
he sniffed it. He did.
What happened to me during childhood did much worse things to me than turning me into something like Ethan Ralph. It made me have sex with men, and not just men, but black ones.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. You never know. Like, my childhood trauma made me gay. That's a hell of a lot more embarrassing than being Ethan Ralph.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So Ethan might have fucked a black guy.
We gonna fall out, you and me. We gonna fall out. Listen. This motherfucker Ralph. I don't care what nobody else said about this motherfucker Ralph. He is the House of Yiannopoulous and therefore enjoys my protection. Okay. We gonna fall out.
All right, I apologize. You're right.
You don't have to apologize. It was funny, but no, I don't think he has. No, but I mean, please, how I turned out is a hell of a lot more embarrassing than Ralph.
No.
It is. Listen, bro.
I would actually argue no on that one.
Being gang raped by niggers and going back for more. I think it's a bit more embarrassing than being Ralph and being a bit of a drunk dad.
I'm not gonna. Are you currently being gang raped?
No, not at this exact moment. No.
So I would actually. I think I might pick that one over being Ethan Ralph. I'm not.
Well, maybe me until 2020.
Okay.
Is more embarrassing than Ralph. Okay. Maybe I'm not now.
Yeah, somewhere in there for sure.
You want to know what a boring person I am? Like, what no sex does to someone? This is
that Lego? Oh, that's the one you brought on Alex's show, isn't it?
It is. It's the Notre Dame that I took. I was gonna start it on Alex's show.
Yeah.
Look. This is what I spend my time with: making ex-gay coasters and building Notre Dame in Lego. I mean, I could not be any more boring.
I can't believe you actually built it. I really thought it was just a prop.
No. I built it at Christmas. People that, Milo loves to party, but they can never point to an example because they don't leave the fucking house.
Okay.
This is how I spend my time.
I'm not going to make you talk bad about it. I actually respect that. I think you're doing the right thing.
I feel a sense of responsibility and protection and a kind of older brother vibe, when it comes to Ralph. So there's a limit beyond which I just don't feel good talking about him like that.
I guess I just got the wrong idea because of your Twitter timeline where you kept calling him
we've been going for each other's throats. We've been going for each other's throats. We do that every couple of years, but that's family shit. That's between us,
Okay, I got you. Well, what happened with the Dick Masterson thing? Because Dick Masterson, I'm actually one of his I'm one of his top enemies too. And
I don't really have enemies because I don't really get into feuds. I just drop neutron bombs on people. Mm-hmm. But there are lots of people who think they're in feuds with me.
Right.
And I don't know many of their names, but they're all convinced that we've been in feuds for years, and I don't know who they are.
I'm going to start telling people that myself, actually.
No, just sort of like there are so many people who think they're in a feud with me, and I don't know their name. Bro, I don't know who you are. And they're convinced that we've been like in an internet spat for years, hundreds of them. Anyway, so I don't have enemies per se, because when people piss me off, I just take them out. But it strikes me that Dick Masterson is, if you don't mind me giving you another compliment, a little beneath your as a subject of ire.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, when I say I'm his enemy, I mean, he's not mine. I am his enemy because I make fun of him. And
who have you decided to take against?
Who do I consider an enemy?
Mm-hmm. You might not. If it's taking this long to come up with them, maybe you don't have anybody.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I don't have any. I don't really hate anybody. I'm sort of a mischief maker, not a Ralph style,
Stop it.
mischief maker, but I'm more just
you're gonna 3 strikes and then I'm going to bed.
Okay, I'm more of just like a silly sort of, I'm like
you seem, if you don't mind me saying, you seem like a merry japester.
I'm a groom stool. What was it?
A groom of the stool.
A groom of the stool. I'm more of that. I don't know. I don't think
I'll give you this promise. I'll give you this promise. If 50 million people die and I become the King of England, you can be my groom of the stool.
Thank you so much. With Dick Masterson.
Please, you know, since I have become a heterosexual, I've got very normal shits. They're not terribly.
I was concerned. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I'm not going down there. Where so many Negroes have been before. No, I've got very. Gavin McGinnis's best joke was like, so he said, so now you're straight. Can you fart now? Because I imagine before it was just like. I laugh for days.
Is Gavin a good kisser, by the way?
I've never, like when you vomit and it's like from your ass and your dick and your balls, like you're vomiting from that deep a place. No, he's not. No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he is a guy that kind of pisses all over himself and stuff, so you never know. Did you watch it?
Regularly. His wife buys very expensive furniture for their house, and he will come home, pass out, and wake up just in puddles.
Yeah. It's. Do you know his little manservant, Ryan Katsu Rivera? His guy?
I am a great fan of Ryan's.
Ryan and I are best friends. And
okay, great. Because when you said his little manservant, I started to get worried.
No. We talk all the time.
I'm founding president of the Katsu Rivera fan club.
Okay, cool. So there's one member, huh?
Well, in fact, yes, I am. I'm both founding member and founding president and current president and treasurer and secretary and membership manager and the member. Yes, but I think he's phenomenal, and I'm really happy that he has not only found, because a lot of people who find happiness with a partner and have kids, they kind of let other things go because it's like, oh my God, but he has found God at the same time. He has kind of entered this new second chapter of life where he has this enormous richness and comfort, contentment, satisfaction, and intellectual curiosity about the religious side of his life, and beautiful family growing as well.
I know, he doesn't fucking shut up about it to me. It's really annoying.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk to him as much as you do. It's just obnoxious, isn't it? But he does produce pretty children, and honestly, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I think he's great.
Yeah, Ryan's awesome. Again, I got to go back to this, the Dick Masterson thing. Were you supposed to go on a show tomorrow or something? What happened there?
I think we were supposed to have a showdown. We were supposed to do the Ralph intervention on Dick Masterson's show tomorrow, and then I got the news that Dick had pulled out because his girlfriend had said she wasn't comfortable with Ralph or something. It wasn't me.
For the first time ever, Ralph's been over there like 1 million times.
I am very happy to say one of the many great things about being friends with Ralph is that I'm not the problem, and I'm always the problem.
Right.
But it's sort of like a morale, it's like a self-esteem boost.
well, Dick's girlfriend is pregnant, and I do wonder if maybe the father of the child had a problem.
Is Ralph?
No, had a problem with Ralph coming there, and maybe it wasn't up to Dick whether or not.
Wait a minute. So Dick is with someone who's having someone else's baby.
Well, I can't imagine it's Dick's because Dick's a gay guy. So
Dick's homosexual?
You've never heard of Juju the cow?
Oh, you see, I've been so out of this for so long.
Oh man, yeah. Let me catch you up real quick. See, Dick Masterson, he enjoys having furry gay sex where he is the female cow. He dresses up as a cow.
Yeah.
And he calls himself Juju. And he goes to Burning Man every year. And what he does is Right. And then he finds guys on Craigslist and offers to suck them off at Burning Man.
And that's what he has to do because he's so brown and so large.
He's not really that large. To be honest with you, he actually does wear platform shoes. But no,
I meant girth.
Certainly not that either, from all accounts.
Well,
I've talked to people in the know, and I don't think so.
So you go deep on this. So you say I'm not an A-log, but you go deep on these.
Well,
feuds.
listen, I'm petty.
You're like me. You're calling up the niggas bitches.
I'm a petty kind of guy, and I've spoken.
I intuited that about you, and I've always liked that about you.
Thank you so much. Here's my quick history with Dick Masterson is Dick has made his entire career off of just stealing Maddox's fan base.
My quick history with Dick.
Yeah, I said Masterson, and I was sure to say it. Okay,
Look,
I'll say Juju.
I tweeted. What was that?
I don't know. Are you haunted?
Yes.
Did you let out a fart and it went?
Honestly, it's Gavin. Look, Gavin is a very funny guy, funnier than me, and that is his best joke. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. The delivery was incredible because he's just like he's smirking, leaning back. He's just like, so what? Can you fart now? What do you mean? Well, because I imagine before it was just like. He
probably came up with that joke after he stuck that fucking thing up his ass that one time.
Yes, maybe he had a couple of days of trouble creating the.
Yeah.
Oh, he couldn't clap them cheeks for a while, I think they say.
So anyway, with Dick, my whole thing with him is that he doesn't like me because I was on Maddox's podcast network, and he makes fun of Maddox. That's it. That's all it is.
He makes fun of the guy whose material he also steals.
Yes, and also all of his fans. His entire career is built off of that guy.
It's basically sort of like a runoff, like a little sort of a tribute, like a stream from a reservoir that just sort of picks up the excess.
In fairness to Dick Masterson, he doesn't.
In fairness to Dick, yeah.
I said Masterson. In fairness to Juju, he doesn't just steal from Maddox. He also does it from Adam Carolla. In fact, most of his things.
Well, everyone steals from Adam Carolla because Adam Carolla's the Don. But
honestly, yes. Honestly,
it's probably the best title of any book of the last 50 years, like not Taco Bell material.
Yeah.
Is that Carolla, isn't it? Juju the cow.
Fuck. Throwing on the granny glasses and typing that in is the fucking holy. That's a highlight for me. Put that on the reel.
So make sure you send me that clip afterwards. Just Juju the clown with the mechanical keyboard.
Yes, that was awesome. Fuck, man. Somebody.
Juju the clown.
Clip that. The cow. He's a cow. He's a girl.
Sorry, I did write it correctly the first time.
Okay.
I did it right.
Okay.
Juju the cow.
So, yeah.
The first thing that comes up here. Look. The first thing that comes up is Paris the Highland cow, the microwavable cow.
I would maybe try it in quotes probably to get the best results.
Right, okay. And is it Juju like this in after the Japanese fashion?
Juju, yeah.
Yep. Juju explained. Juju in a sentence. Juju not working. Juju the bull, which as anybody who's familiar with homosexual parlance will understand. Juju the clown. That's where I got it from. I saw it in the autocomplete. See, Juju the good voodoo. Maybe that's the that's the Burning Man sex tape.
There was actually a Dick. Yeah, there you go. Dick Masterson, Dick Daxon era, pedo.
Oh god. Oh gosh.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's not that. I mean, that's not the cow, is it? Where's the cow?
Well, that is him.
No, I must see the cow.
Maybe go to Google Images, and one of them might be one of the drawings of it. Yeah, there you go. There he is. There's several artistic depictions of it. I don't.
Yeah. These are renderings.
These are renderings. Yeah, these are dramatic.
And of course you're responsible for half of them.
Yeah, we stuck an inflatable cow in the back of his truck.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course you did.
Yeah.
You have a lot. You have fun, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there are any actual photos of him in the uniform.
Let me make an appeal, if I can, to viewers everywhere. If you're a Burning Man attendee and you have given back shots or come inside Juju the cow, we want to hear from you. Dial 888. No, I've got to tell you that. Let me start that again. So I want to pull this out. We want to do a nice clip of this, okay?
Okay, good. Take 2. Here we go.
Thanks. Sorry. I don't normally need a second go at it. I'm so sorry. If you're an attendee at Burning Man and you've given back shots to, come in the face of, or come inside Juju the cow, we want to hear from you. Contact PODAWFUL at x.com/PODAWFUL with your testimony. You can write to us, you can send video, you can send an audio message, or you can contact us in any other way you like, and be assured that your message and your story will be treated with sensitivity. If you're a victim of Dick Masterson's bovine alter ego... Sorry, I lost it. I think we got the message, didn't we?
It was good enough. Call me now for a free reading.
I was doing my best. Like, look, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the right song on. That's why I didn't get it right. This is one more time. One more time.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna put the right song on. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Yeah, I know. There we go. All right. So just if you just imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine it in black and white. Okay. Are you an attendee at Burning Man? Have you given back shots to, or come in the mouth of, or perhaps come inside Juju the clown?
The cow. Take three. The cow. Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to bed after this. All right, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We gotta nail this. We gotta nail it.
You thought you were in experienced hands. I am so sorry. I like that it was the live version as well. So this is good. Okay. All right, here goes. Let's start again. Right.
Here we go.
Are you an attendee at Burning Man? Why wasn't the volume working? All right, this is the okay.
If it makes you feel any better, the audio is cutting in and out because of the music, and I was fine with that because otherwise I'm probably gonna get like a copyright strike. So
this is the last take. This is the last time
we're going to nail it.
Okay,
I can feel it.
Let's okay. Here goes. Are you a regular attendee of Burning Man? Have you taken back shots, given back shots, come in the mouth of, or come up inside the anus of Juju the cow? If you've been affected by Dick Masterson's fluffy, furry alter ego, we want to hear from you. Contact PODAWFUL at x.com/PODAWFUL. You can send your video, audio, or written message. Your testimony as a victim will be treated with sensitivity and with the privacy and confidence of this revered program. We want you to know that we're here for you. We're here to hear your stories and to get justice for the indignity that you've suffered. Thank you. That was better. That was better. That was
very good. Very good. Very good.
Thank you. I feel that will. Thanks. I feel that will prompt people to reach out.
I think it's going to work. Check this out.
It's so annoying. People are actually fucking kids to the degree that people think people are fucking kids. It's insane.
It makes me want to fuck a kid.
Okay, so
I don't get these people that joke about having sex with children. It's like it's just like, you have to be like 3 times as funny as you are offensive, or 3 times as funny as you are gross. And jokes about having sex with babies, they just never are,
I mean, if a really, really funny guy said it, what if he said this?
It's not a crime to enjoy sucking little boys' cocks.
So it's not.
This is your brain on libertarianism.
There's not. Well, yeah, I think that might be it. Anyway, so maybe you're better off for Dick Masterson having canceled. But yeah, okay. So it's just because his girlfriend didn't want Ralph there. That's very funny.
Yeah, because we can't possibly have any bad influences like Ralph. I don't know. Has Ralph ever talked so enthusiastically about sucking off children? I doubt it.
Ralph has been in this man's home with his girlfriend there multiple times. He's literally spent the night over there. This has got.
Maybe it was really me.
Well, I think it's a combination, because I think, as people have seen here tonight, that the combination of Milo and PodAwful is a powerful and horrifying one for those who may come against us. And the fact is, yesterday, when I found out that you were going to be on Dick Masterson's show, right after coming on mine, I announced that was happening. And then it wasn't long after that he said,
"Oh, so it's your fucking fault."
Well, it wasn't long after.
I can't believe. How long have I been on? Hours. I've been on for hours. And you've finally admitted that you derailed the Tyson versus Mayweather they're different generations of boxing only, but just stop it.
I wanted you to go on. The problem is, when he understood that you would be on PodAwful first, he knew I was going to tell you about Juju the cow. And imagine you knowing something that delicious going onto his program.
I would have I would have produced a cow somehow. And I wouldn't have talked about anything else for like 2 hours.
Exactly. He knew that. This is not the first time that he's done something like this.
Well, he's live at the moment. Should I try to call in?
Yes!
All right.
Oh my God. Guys, we're doing it. We're doing it. Is there a way we can...
No, I'm so sorry. It ended 36 minutes ago. Fuck! If only you hadn't laid into my boy Ralph for quite so long, we might have had the opportunity.
Well, if only you had shown up fucking 40 minutes earlier, then...
All right. No need to retaliate. It's petty.
Hey, I could have said an hour and 40. I was being nice. So...
No, here, look, let me try and call him. Hang on.
Yes.
I don't know why I have his number.
I don't need. Oh wait, no, Milo, no, you left the fucking Discord. No. Oh, no. Oh, there you are.
That didn't work.
No,
that didn't work. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me find the phone I can do it on that won't end this call. Sorry, I'm kind of a Luddite.
That's all right. We're getting there.
Hey, look, hey Milo, it's Dick Masterson. Oh, let me read his text.
Okay.
Hey Milo, it's Dick Masterson. I was on a show last night, finding myself again in the position of having to explain your comments to somebody. I have a $25K a month Patreon, so I need to protect myself. And if it's something you might want to use, what is he talking about?
What the dude? So he's
2019.
He's canceled on you before because he was worried about his Patreon.
Yes.
What a dude! That's the same thing as everybody else who fucked with you. What a fucking bitch.
Well, now I know. I didn't know that I had his number, and I didn't know that he'd ever texted me because I've 50,000 unread emails. So now that I do know that, I'm going to have some fun.
All right.
Let me pull his number up and let me try to call him now. He's probably watching this. So it probably won't pick up.
There is a possibility.
Let's see. Okay. 66.
Is it 666? What are all the numbers?
If there's any if there's any lip readers, they're gonna have the first 6 digits now.
Well, luckily your video froze, so it's all right.
Yeah, you have to say that, don't you? Oh, you won't know this number either.
Damn. That was quite the reveal.
I'm calling from Florida Water and Power, and I was just wondering if I could speak. Hey, how you doing? Are you doing good?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I wanted to talk to you about tomorrow.
Okay.
What happened, bro? What happened? You canceled on me again, didn't you? You worried about your Patreon. You don't want to get. Listen. What happened?
Lift's out of his mind, man. He's totally.
He's fine. He's fine today.
No, he's been messaging me and the people I know to get to me all morning. What are you talking about? He's fine.
He's a
disaster.
Okay, all right. But I mean, wouldn't that have made good content? I mean, we could have been.
I think so, man. It's too rough. It's
Really?
too rough.
Really? But come on, bro. You know Ralph. He's been to your house like a bunch of times. Like, can't we look after our brother? I mean, we weren't going to do anything.
No, we're not looking after him. It's supposed to be. Look, it's either a fun like sober intervention or it's cruelty.
Yeah, but you
on the cruel.
No, but you know that afterwards we would have had an opportunity to take care of the guy.
That's not how Xanax works, man. You know this. How much? What are you on right now?
Very funny.
Look, I want to do a show with you.
What are you?
I can't do this with Ralph. I can't do this to Ralph.
What are you on right now?
A beer.
Half a beer. Not on. And who's on you? Are they on you or are they on Juju the cow?
You want to milk me, Milo? Is that what you're saying?
I've never wanted anything less.
I know you dirty old girl.
All right, just do me one favor. Just do me one favor in exchange for canceling. Can you make the noise you make when you're Juju? Just do it, because then I won't feel bad. I won't feel like you.
No, you gotta find me on Cameo for that.
No, I won't feel like you fucked me. I won't feel like you like ruined my weekend. Just come on, give me a moo. Give me a moo.
How it sounds? Is that how they do it in the UK?
Oh, yeah, so in the UK.
Give me like a chimp noise. I know that you. Is that your bedroom noise?
Okay, that's cheap. That's low. Okay. Okay, so there you go. You can have that. So now give me a moo. Come on. Give me a moo. Give me a moo. Give me a moo. Give me a moo.
Hey, I'm my child. Your Nick Fuentes thing, inspired me.
Give me a moo, and I'll congratulate you on your child.
Get the hell out of here. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
Nice try.
Hey, Dick, it's me, Jesse.
He fucked up immediately.
What the fuck?
The moment I am so sorry I did not get you the moo.
It was beautiful. Dude, did you hear what he fucking admitted to in that? The whole thing was beautiful. Chef's kiss, that was magical. Fucking King of the Trolls, Alex Stein. He just straight up admitted that he is only interested in fucking with Ethan and making it worse.
He only realized halfway through that call that I was like pranking him.
Of course, so, you could tell. You could tell he knew. But you could also tell
he only knew at the very end because I was so insistent on the move.
You could also tell that he was very, very upset about the moo because the moo is real. All of the shit I'm saying, everything I told you, these aren't just rumors. These are real things and facts about it.
Let me kill him.
Okay, let's go back.
Milo! All right, now you have to. That's what I'm going to do.
Alley oops.
Alley oop. Alley oops is when you fuck it up.
Your call has been forwarded.
What up, bitch? What up? Wait, let me leave a message. Let me just.
You may hang up.
I hung up.
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. Fuck, man. Oh, that rules. You have no idea. It's been like 9 years of this with me and Dick Masterson. That ruled.
When Milo Yiannopoulos calls, you're gonna. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you.
That was great. That was awesome.
I'm so happy you can have that. I'm so happy you can have that.
That was so good.
I think we should end on a high.
Yes, we should.
And I should say goodnight. Thank you so much for having me. I would love to come on again. I've had an absolute ball. Thank you. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you. At Nero on Twitter. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, they know. I don't need anything from you. I'm just very happy to be here, and I'm grateful to you for all the time.
Happy to be here. Thank you. H2BH, Milo Yiannopoulos, everybody. Thank you so much, man.
God bless you, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Oh, my God. How fucking amazing.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Whew, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Everybody who doubted, how fucking stupid do you feel now? Oh, my God. Oh my God. That's it. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Join the Pizza Fund, PodAwful.pizza. If you like this show, you like this episode, support us. We've got more for you. I am banned from YouTube. I know I'm on it right now. Not for long. PodAwful.pizza. Get our archives, get all of our primo episodes over there. PodAwful.pizza.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
What a fantastic week of live shows every day. We'll be back on Monday for more. Again, enjoy some of our archives and premium content in the meantime over on the Pizza Fund. Thank you guys. The chat's going crazy. What a great guest they're saying. Fantastic show. Incredible. You owe Milo some booty. I think we're both good on that one. This guy says, doubted Milo, never doubted Jesse. Well, now you've learned your lesson. You were still wrong. Pickles in chat. What a great show to watch for my first Pod Awful show. Is it always this fun? Yes, it fucking is. Go back and watch any of our other episodes. In fact, the last episode before this, we in full covered the appearance of Milo on Alex Stein's show. So if you like that story, you can see the full thing. It's the unedited version of Alex Stein's show. All the stuff that he took out. Soon, we're going to do a World War episode on Alex Stein, by the way. It's our crazy, where we go the hardest we go after goons in the Pizza Fund. Check that out. Join the Pizza Fund. We will be doing the Alex Stein show. I have complete, full access, unauthorized, to all of Alex Stein's content that he's ever produced. Every single video he's ever made, including stand-up videos that he does not want you to see. I have them. I have them all on a hard drive, and I'm ready to show them to you and embarrass him fully. Check it out. It's coming soon. Until next time, have an awful day.
Yeah, because I'm a fake Jew. I'm not even Jewish, but yeah, I kind of Jew.